The screen's glowing, it's 3 a.m. Charts are moving, I'm chasing them. Candle whispers, they speak in flames. Risk is the devil, but I play his game. Quick moves, no time to cry. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge it. Scalp or die. Thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Ooh. Green and red, they're my only friends. A 1 minute chart, it never pretends. Pull the trigger, my heart beats fast. Every second, the future's the past. One shot, don't ask me why. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge it. Scalp or die. The thrill's my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. The screen's glowing, it's 3 a.m. Charts are moving, I'm chasing them. Candle whispers, they speak in flames. Risk is the devil, but I play his game. Quick moves, no time to cry. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die.
Still glows. A kettle cold, but my hand still goes. I'm off that range with a coffee stain. Clean mind, sharp eyes in the moonlight train. Order stacked like cards in the deck. I wait my turn, I don't blink yet. One clean setup, that's the code I live. Half asleep, but I got more to give. Hear that tick, hear that pulse. Feel that pull in my bones. I came this far for the long game. I won't leave it alone. London calling, London calling. I'm up for the open. London calling, London calling. I want that moment. hear that pulse. Feel that pull in my bones. I came this far for the long game. I won't leave it alone. London calling, London calling. I'm up for the open. London calling, London calling. I want that moment. Trade clean, trade smart. London calling, London calling. I came to earn it. Let the night press in. Let the doubt get loud. I stayed on my feet. I stayed unbowed. One more shot, the life I chose. One more step when the market waits. London calling, London calling. I'm up for the open. London calling, London calling. I want that moment. Trade clean, trade smart. London calling, London calling. I came to earn it.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Wednesday London Trade. Nice to have everybody with us. Let me just start the YouTube feed. Sorry, give me just one sec. I'll pull up my other computer. Good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you guys are having a good day. We're trading this morning for our friends at Take Profit. Very good. Second in a row, 2 for 2 this morning so far as we open up, and we will be we'll be trading in the New York session for our friends from Apex. So everybody have a great time. I'm going to be here with you for at least 4 hours, maybe even more, because actually today is Wednesday. I don't have too much on my calendar, so maybe we'll stay later. But overall, it's been a really good couple of days. Matter of fact, yesterday was an amazing day. With London, we hit 95.8% of our trades, which there's zero chance we're going to replicate that. But it really worked out well. Good morning. Who's new in the room here? I see a lot of new faces. Some almost. Peter, God, I know I keep saying this to you every day, but I know you're gonna hate me for this. I need one more day to get the whole thing. I'm trying to get the whole thing automated so that when people want to use the CFD and MT5 trades, it just becomes automatic. You don't need me to process everything. You can get the downloads and everything else. So just be a little bit patient with me. It's just been a lot of administrative work that I have to do. So I'm very close. I'm almost finished the code, and we will have that process going. Okay, so I will. I'll make you a promise that by tomorrow I should have that process going for you. Okay. I've been pushing you back this whole week, but try dealing with Kathy. That's all I can tell you. Anyways, good morning, Latentious. China, how's everybody doing? Again, who's new in the room here? Who's Andy? You like the music? We have more. All the music we have is our own. It's all AI based, and we have a lot of fun with it. People have been asking me to put the playlist on YouTube, and I think I'm going to try and do that. I just have to put it into a single video file that will play. So I will try and do that. Actually, I think maybe I'll have Claude do that for me. We'll see. So what's going on? Who wants to know the basic rules of trade, the key to engagement, and anything else that's happening? Give me a couple of plus ones if you want me to tell you what we do here. Otherwise, we'll just chill, look for trades, give ourselves a little time to settle in. Markets are mildly negative bid. Basically, you could actually see what the overnight session has done. If you want to know what's going on in the markets, we created a absolutely cool free little AI tool for you called Intel, Daily Intel, which updates continuously. So let me give you the link. All you got to do is just simply go to this website. Oops. And you can bookmark it, and it updates completely every like hour, every 2 hours on the hour. Risk is mildly neutral. Let's see what Asia did first. Let's see what Asia did here today. Set positive, open Tuesdays. Wow, what's going on over here? Why is this hasn't been updated? Oh, it hasn't been updated in a lot. Wow, what's going on over here? Let's see what the latest news is. Okay, market slipped 3, Nasdaq dropped 7. 10-year Treasury yield pushes higher. Adding pressure rates into the stocks. Crude surges. Crude is really pressing. That's what's going on because, as I said, the whole Iranian thing remains the sore point. And today, the big news today. So SMCI really proving to me again that that the AI trade continues to be the dominant trade in the market. AI basically is what's rescuing the market, is really driving the market up. And Iran and oil are the two things that are driving it down. Those are like the two big forces. Today we're going to have an interesting day because I'm actually thinking of I think I may trade instead of doing Asia trade today. I think we're going to do I kind of just decided this on the fly. Instead of doing Asia trade today, I think we're going to do market close trade today because today we have Google and Tesla reporting after hours, and we're going to try and do a couple of one and dones with our friends from Apex, which are like a single funding structure. So come hang out with me. It's going to be like 3:30 to 4:30. I'm going to maybe I'll even do a 3 o'clock. We'll see. I will do like a 3 o'clock final hour of the market. We'll do a little bit of scalping, and then we'll do a news release day, which is going to be the big driver of trade in the market. So we'll give it a shot. Otherwise, that's it. That's basically the two forces. It's Iran versus AI is the whole trade in the market right now. 11th consecutive day of us bombing it, but I think the market is concerned because they want to see Hormuz open up, or Hormuz tightened up and closed up because of all the conflict, and they're trying to see some sort of resolution to this. So the military time and market time are two different times. See what Trump said. I don't think there's anything interesting that Trump said. Effective August, all generic drugs. He's been doing. The other thing is, the tariff thing is. Right. Interesting. So that's actually very positive for the U.S. economy. So he's holding them down 0 for 2 years, and then he's going to raise them to basically force U.S. manufacturers to come onshore. So we have rebirth of manufacturing. Okay. And that's it. That's basically it on the news flow. Do we have a single page? Ali, we're working actually, we're going to be redoing our whole website. So when the website comes on, all of that is going to be available. Yeah, we'll be working on the fresh website. And when that happens, we will do it. But for now, it's all a little bit of hodgepodge until we get it organized. You can see slowly but surely we're getting everything organized. I'm getting everything processed. Today, I think, is maybe the last day for our lifetime offer. I'm going to just give this to you here for the lifetime tools. If you want the tools that I'm trading with, this is literally your last chance to lock in the lifetime rates. And after that, it's always going to be subscription based. So So all these tools are going away as a single purchase idea. So if you want to get them right now. I put the link in the put the link in there. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I see new people crawling in. Everybody coming in. It's a little bit early. 6:15 still. London has been, as London usually is, very much wavy and able to ride the waves up and down on the trade. So again, hey Marguerite, nice to have you. Who's new in the room here? Come say hi to me. If I get 5+1s from people who are new, I will tell you the exact structure of how we trade, how we scalp. We try to do 20 to 40 trades in our morning sessions, and the target is we trade with a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio and a 75% hit rate. That's the target. But we've been having much better hit rates as I've gotten more and more precise in my trade selection. So I don't have any opinions on gold. We don't FX goes. We don't have any opinions on where the market goes. It's a sucker's game. We trade the next 2 to 3 minutes. That's where we have a much greater degree of confidence and control of what things are about to do. And that's where we try to achieve our 75% hit rate. So, I used to know a guy long time ago when I first started working on Wall Street. There was a broker that I used to work with. He used to always say, the market will go up or down unless it stays the same. I always thought that was like the best statement ever. He was spot on. Anyways, we have a setup coming up here. We have a green triangle that is getting rejected, meaning that the close of the green triangle is now followed by a candle that is far lower. So the close here is 29, and we are well below that. So if this thing stays like this for the next 20 seconds, we're waiting for the close of this candle. If it doesn't rally back up, we're gonna take that as a sell signal, and we're going to trade it this way. 10, 11 seconds. I'm waiting. Let's see if I can get in. Oh, all right, I'm in there. I have to take sell market because I couldn't get sell ask. Let's see if we can get into the second trade, and then we'll just manage the whole thing. Okay, so we're in the trade. Now I'm going to be here. And now I'm going to be here. Let's see if we can resolve this trade. So the basic idea here is this is an early reversal signal. If the next candle closes higher, then the reversal is confirmed. We scalp for 5 points. The ATR right now is 9.4. Markets are very, very quiet. So the average candle is about 10 points. We're trying to go for half the average length. If the next candle does not confirm that it's a buy, it actually shows a sell, then we take that as a sell signal. And we trade it that way, which is exactly what we did right now. But as I said, this is a 3 out of 4 trade. This could be the time where it retraces back out on us, which makes a little bit of sense because in this case, the whole thing dropped so fast. It actually dropped like 18 points in one candle. That most of the profit potential of this particular scalp was actually done in the conference trade, and we can get hit retrace. So now we're 2 wins, 1 loss on this particular structure because we got retraced out of it, which is okay. That happens. Now here's what's the interesting part is I will very often, if this candle holds above the high of this triangle, go the other way. I will go the other way because that generally tells me that the buyers are back in control. Let's see if we can buy the bid here. No, damn it. Buy market. I'm chasing it. I'm trying to get cute. We're trying to buy the bids. And okay, so let me now see if I can work all of this out over here. Okay. All right, so now I'm just trying to reverse myself. One time I'm going to give this stop and reverse. If I get clipped out on both sides, then fine. We're just going to leave this one alone and wait for the next signal. But generally, if we have a signal it gets stopped out, the signal the other way generally tends to work well. But if we find ourselves in this kind of up and down chop, that's the most toxic situation, which is why we only give ourselves 2 tries at any given trade, and then we just leave it alone. Because you don't want to be running around, chopping around right now. Good morning, Salah. How are you? So let's see if we can push this one a little higher.
Order filled.
And that one gets resolved. As I said, we if you get stopped out on a legitimate setup, then the setup the other way usually is a good signal, right? Failure is information if you know how to use it well. So okay, good job. We resolved that one. Now we're at 3 for 4, back to our 75% target. Markets are popping up into London highs. London high is 168, and into the VWAP. So this is now the buyers are going to try and see if they can run against this resistance. My stops and targets are based upon the ATR value. So if ATR is around 10, obviously it's going to be around 5. With a 10 stop, I'm basically always trying to trade 1 to 2 risk reward, and I give myself a little bit of room on either side of that equation, but within those parameters. So we've actually had a lot of so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the last 45 minutes. Yeah, that's, what is that? Basically, hopefully we have like a trade every 10 minutes, right? 55 divided by 7. Yeah, it's 6 minutes. Trade between every 6 to 8. If we have a trade every 8 minutes, we're in good pace to do a lot of good scalps. We'll see. Yeah, exactly. 50% of ATR, rough. And I just sort of estimate if I'm like 12 or below, I'm looking for 5 targets. If I'm 15 or above, it's like around 7s. Obviously at 20, you go trade to 10, 20, trade 10, 20s. Market actually is a little bit more perky this morning. Yesterday we were trading like 6, 7 ATRs. Right now it's trading 11 ATR. So that's a relatively decent range for London. Hopefully we get a little bit of movement. And you can see, the great thing about scalping is you're just basically surfing the waves. In London, you're always going to have, it's very, very rare that you have a uniform single directional move. It's always just very undulating waves, and you're just trying to catch those waves in a nice, clean fashion all around it, just lapping around it, catching the excess flows above, excess flows below of those waves. That's where our structure really excels. So so far this morning, winner here, got trapped on this, sold the bottom basically on this loser, reversed and came back winner here. So 3 out of 4 so far this morning in London. We'll play it out. Getting a red triangle. Again, the rules are, and by the way, I don't see any +1s. Who wants to see the rules? I'm not telling you the rules until people wake up and ask me for them. You want to find out how we trade? Put a +1 in the comments. Let me see that you guys are interested. All right, here's a red triangle. Closes at 152. So we're 154 or above, we're going to be long. 150 or below, we're going to be short. 40 seconds on the clock, so still a long time. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put the counter on there. I really want the counter now to come in. Where's the counter? What's going on over here? All right, we'll put it later. I want to see how we're trading. We're trading up, so I'm going to be a buyer.
Order filled.
Yeah, we clearly, you can see that the close was 54, and we went to 162, and now we're trying to see if we can extend this. This is basically a rally on the move. Let's see if this gets done. I want to go put my timer on there. What is my timer? I can't find my own indicator. It's fine. We'll just watch the trade. Oh my God. I got rid of him. I got rid of FX bulls. Don't worry, he's not going to be bothering us. Oops. So looks like we're getting a second red triangle to the downside. See how this plays out. If this looks like we're not getting a lot of continuity here. Let's see how this plays. You know what? I'm going to flatten out on this trade.
Order filled.
I'm going to flatten out to go scratch, and let's see what this signal is. Usually, if I don't have a resolution within a 1 or 2 candle structure, and then I have a new sell signal here, I will just simply flatten out. I don't need to, we're scalping for a few points. I don't need to. Man, guys, I'm having a hard time. Just trying to widen my thing. I seem to not have control. So this closes at 61.75. Let's see where the market is going to be. This closes 61.75, and market now is 63, a little bit higher. And we have, what's going on over here? All right, I'm going to buy this. It looks like it's really hard to see what. All right. I went back to being long because this sort of stayed above the close. None of these are super clean trades right now. Markets are very, very indeterminate, but hopefully we can get this one resolved. Let's see if this one plays out. I was almost there. Yeah, that's a great question. What's going on with my thing, guys? Man, whoa! I'm having some issues here, guys, on the move. You know what? Let me refresh this. Something was wrong with my mouse. It was just not controlling it well. All right, let's go see if we can get this pushed up. Generally, Ali, the rule of thumb that I like to use is if my risk is like more than 1.5 times my target. In other words, if my legitimate risk, so in this particular case, actually my risk should be over here. I got to move my stop. This risk is pretty small, so that's fine. The stop goes under the near term swing high, swing low. Good, we finally get done. Oh my God, this took forever. So here's the story of what we've done so far in a very, very choppy, non-directional market. Winner here, loser, legitimate loser, reversal. So 3 out of 4. Then we took a long here that scratched ourselves out, because what happened is after we took the long, it didn't continue to target. It gave us another short example. So I got in flat. Then the second short example gave us a long signal. We got into that one, and that one resolved. So now we are 4 for 5 with one scratch, basically, as a structure, and just keep on going. See what else is going on over here. But you can see the market just absolutely died. Literally went into like a 3.4 range, and surprisingly, the ATR. I think what it is also. It had a lot of wicks up and down, so the volatility sort of stayed around the 10 points, but the actual this is what's known in the South as lots of heat, little light, meaning a lot of effort but very little direction. There was 10 minutes of huge movement up and down that basically settled at the same price. So that's why we had a hard time trying to resolve this, but we managed to resolve it by just sticking to our rules. Yes. But Ali, your question is like, let's imagine, I have a sell triangle, right? And the ATR is, let's say, like 10, 11. So my possible target is 5-6 points, and the next candle is like 20 points long. Would I take that? It's a double-edged sword. So the answer to that is, I will take it if I have a lot of confidence, but I will take it with a regular stop. And the problem with that strategy is that if you take it with a regular stop, you're basically betting on the fact that it's just going to continue higher. You're not going to have any retrace risk. But of course, if you have retrace risk, you're going to take an unnecessary stop, because it can retrace 10, 15 points and then rally back up and be a winning trade. So it really depends on in the moment, in the heat. Generally, the rule of thumb is if the second candle is too big a trade, give up the opportunity. It's always in scalping, the way we're trading, it's always much better to give up the opportunity than to go for the profit, because we have the chance to go for profit every 6 to 10 minutes, and every opportunity that we get clipped out on is painful. It's like two negative trades on every opportunity that's missed, or on every opportunity that's wrong. So the key to scalping is to try to be as precise as possible. And if a choice between taking a trade, chasing the profit, or it's leaving the trade on the table and letting the trade play itself out, most of the time, the second choice is the better choice, unless you have super strong conviction of momentum. Like post news, sometimes I'll take that because or if the thing is running London session highs or New York session highs, you can really, really see the momentum building. You have like 90% confidence in the trade. Basically, unless you have like a 90% confidence in the trade, if the trade is super wide, the best thing to do is to step down, step away. Hopefully that answers your question a little bit better. Good morning, everybody. I see everybody's crawling into London. Nice to have you. We're half hour into trade. We are 5 out of 4 in a very, very choppy, sloppy trade. As you can see, it was lots of work here to just clip out a few scalps today. But we'll see. The price action could improve. We could start hitting them a lot better as the day goes by. If you guys want the rules to my setup, it's very, very simple. It's they're located over here right here in BK Trader Tools /scalp. And I will go through them. Actually, you know what? In about 20 minutes, I'll just simply, once everybody sort of comes online, the 7 o'clock hour, I'll go through the rules and I'll show you exactly how we trade. Oh, where are my Aussies today? Where's Jazz? Where's everybody? Hey, Karen, how are you? Oh, that's just that's the breakout level. That's the high and the low of the candle, and it's looking like, you see this candle. The way that you get a red triangle is first you have to have a big burst move, and then the next triangle that breaks the lows, that's a red triangle. So anytime you have a contra signal against the dominant trend, that's what creates this triangle. Same thing as over here, this breaks the highs. So that's a contra signal against the dominant trend is to the downside. You break the highs, that's a contra signal. Dominant trend is to the upside. You break the lows, that's a contra signal. And then post that, you try to see how that contra signal resolves itself. So that's what that thing does. See, so we had a dominant downtrend, broke the highs. That's a contra signal. Now we see, so we have a triangle. Next candle is going to be the confirm candle, and then we have the trade. So the sequence is always signal, confirm, trade. In this case, the green triangle closes at 49, and we're looking for it to, if you're trading 51, 52, we're buyers. If we're trading 47 or lower, we're sellers. It's pretty simple on that. 20 seconds left. Twenty seconds left on a trade. We are trading. What was the thing? I closed at 49. So so if we're 52 or better, we're obviously trading up. But if we're flat like this, I will very often pass up on the trade. Like this is non-directional, so I'll wait. Really, the market doesn't give me a clue of where it goes, so I'll wait for the next one. Let's see where it wants to go. Generally, when we're like early in a downtrend, the down trade is the right trade. So we closed 49. This one closed 49.5. Let's wait, see if this one closes lower. We're going to go short this trade. $20 seconds left on the clock.
Order filled.
All right, we're in the trade. Against, this would be the stop, and we're trying to get the target here. Let's see if we can get the target. This is the NASDAQ. This is NASDAQ, my friend. We don't trade pairs, not FX. We're trading feuds.
Order filled.
And there we go. Another trade resolves accurately. So now we're 5 for 6. Now we're within that really good sweet spot of structure where we want to be. And as I've said many times, this setup, when the markets are working, tells you with really high accuracy the probability of movement in the next 2 to 3 bars, right? So on the 1 minute chart, it's the next 2 to 3 minutes. On a 5 minutes, it's the next 15 minutes, and on the hourly, it's larger resolutions. Well, that's what we're trading the next 2 to 3 minutes. That's what we want to focus on. And that's a classic trade, you know, target resolved within 1 minute or two. Who took that trade? Anybody take that trade with me? Good morning, London, man. Everybody coming in the room. In about 20 minutes, I'll go through the rules in more detail. See if I can make this chart a little bigger for everybody. There we go. So, you know, I was saying that I think as the summer goes deeper into the summer, especially once we start going to be starting hitting August, definitely price action is going to slow down a little bit. You know, the waves are going to be very shallow, and we have to be very agile at kind of trading them. Unless we get immediate, you know, either massive risk, geopolitical risk, or resolution to this whole thing. But the two big forces in the market right now is the AI trade versus the Iran conflict. And that's what's pulling and pushing the market either way. What's PM? 146. Oh, per month? Yeah. No, the indicator by itself is less than that. If it's a bundle, it's per month. What I was saying is, for those people that really want the indicator, this is the absolute last day that we're offering the thing for lifetime. So if you want to, I mean, honestly, it's like 5 months worth of payment, and you get it for lifetime. After that, you will be paying it for the rest of your life on a subscription basis. So I'm gonna give you the link for if you really want to purchase the lifetime option with everything else that's included, including all the coaching. Wall Street is on vacation in August, yeah, definitely, and so is Europe. Flows definitely slow down unless there's a lot of geopolitical risk. But things definitely start to slow. The volatility starts to slow down. You're already kind of seeing this week. I mean, we're seeing it this week. The volatility is much lower. You know, last week, New York Open was doing 40, 50, sometimes 55 ATRs, right? That's a 55-point candle in 1 minute. We've been maximum at 25, in New York. It's really been just kind of relatively slow. And London, which was trading 18, 19, is now trading 9. So you can really see it historically. The volatility is very, very tepid right now on a forward basis. It's actually, you just gave me a good idea. We can create. I think I could do this pretty easily. We can create like a little overlay indicator that just provides a table of what was the average ATR yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 10 days ago, and I think the maximum we can go back is 20 days. I'll have to find out what the API on TradingView is, and then you could just simply have like a little strip up here and see the historical ATR at this particular hour, and that's and that could be really cool. Yeah, I think I could do that little indicator. That could be like an AT, like a volatility helper. Could be really interesting. Yes, I know that, and it's actually on my to-do list. I just, I've been busy. I need to get a hold of wealth charts. Remember, I don't control the wealth charts code, so I have to get them to fix it. But that's something that's a problem. We'll fix it as it goes. All right, another trade, guys. Another trade. Let's see if we can get a turn. So we sort of, ran to London highs. Where's London lows? Where's my London lows here? Tokyo lows. Where's London lows? Oh, well, London lows is all the way out here. So we had a nice little rally here, about 110 points in London from the Tokyo declines, and ran into pretty much a wall here at the 200 level, which is where we were yesterday. Okay, so green triangle. Close value on this is basically 145. So we got to see 147 to the upside, 146 to the upside, and 142 anything else to the downside. So 40 seconds to go. Let's see what the signal is. Oh, there's my little countdown clock. For some reason it wasn't working before. All right, so we're clearly upside bias right now. Got 10 seconds left. Well, we'll see. It's the close here was 144. If we're ending, where are we at? No, we're flat. So no, I'm not taking any signal here, because if it's neutral, I don't have a directional clue of where the market wants to go. So we're going to give it a little more time. Let it try to find its footing. And honestly, if by the second candle we don't have a clear resolution where it wants to go, we'll just pass up on the signal. Oops, nice big upside breakout. So Ali, you were asking me, would I take this trade now because it's a big upside breakout? Depending, like this was a 54, it's like a 10-point break, and my stop would be like 15. If we're right here at the 54s, yes, but now no. Now I'm passing up on the trade. The trade just ran away from us, and that's fine. Let it go, because the trade may be correct, but the risk is not. And you're always trying to trade risk first, trade second when you're scalping. That's actually a really good point. It's really the right structure: risk first, trade second, right? And we're always thinking trade first, risk second, get in trouble. So now I'm passing this up because the whole profit potential, the 5 points that I was looking for, was already eaten up in the confirm candle. So let it go. This one we're going to let go. Market coming back up, trying to see if we could challenge the London highs and run through them. That should be interesting. And then the next level is going to be the VWAP level up there. So basically, we're just trying to see if we can get back to 29,200, which was the area we were trading last London. And then New York pushed it to 29.3, and then Tokyo this evening took it back down to 29,000. So still making just lots of ways. Yes, you need to open up a prop account, AxGuard. We don't. We're trading futures. Um, so this morning we're trading futures with our friends at Take Profit Trader, which is very very good partners of ours. One of the great advantages is they pay out. They have uh, no daily loss limits, no minimum trading days. Just no gates to a lot of kind of trading ideas that most people have, and they pay out very very quickly. So a lot of people really like to use them either as their primary or secondary prop. So if you go to Take Profit Trader, use the code EDGE, you will be able to get 40% off the activation fee for life. So it's 40% for life, no activation fee. Very, very good deal. And this will allow you to trade futures, no cost to getting the futures feed. And if you're doing well, if you pass the prop, you will then be able to get paid out. AxGuard, if you're using MT5 and using CFDs and you want to trade CFDs, I do CFD based sessions in Asia. So if you watch last night's Asia session, you'll see that I have a special tool to trade for MT5 for all of this. That's really really useful. By the way, we did really really well last night, both in gold and Nasdaq. So, but most of the time we're trading futures, and we are designed to trade futures. So I'm telling you, if you ask me how do I participate in this? Yeah, daily payouts. Correct. Sorry, Coach Fred's telling me that TPT has daily payouts, which is correct. Is this so? I have a red triangle. It's hidden by the ATR label. This you can barely see it. You see a little red dot. So now the close on this is 63, basically 63.75. If we are 61 right now, like we are, we're going to be selling this. Let's see where we stand. All right, we're going to sell market. I'm short 60. Stop is going to be against the high of this red triangle, which is like right around here. See if we can get some continuity on the move here. Market basically stopped at the London highs again, right? So that's sort of, you can literally see the halt level. We put it right then and there. Let's see if we can get a little bit of continuity here for the movement. And we're done. Good. So we're really picking up pace here. What are we at now? Let me see. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're 5 out of 6 so far. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 7. 6 out of 7. That's what I meant. Pretty good. All right. Clipping away. You see that we stalled 170 once, stalled 170 twice, 3 times. We actually managed to scalp our way right at the top right over here. Actually, guys, like I said, come to the Asia session. That's where we work with MT5s. Every Tuesday, Wednesday night, and I'll be happy to show you. But we are trading futures, and we trade NASDAQ futures primarily. And we can easily trade gold. The whole idea of what we do is one product, one focus, one structure, so that you are really, really good. Remember, the key to trading, the 3 C's of trading, according to the latest Market Wizards book, which I read, which is really, really good. The guy had a very clean, clear formula: control, consistency, confidence. You can only achieve that if you're focused on one product, one structure, one trade, right? That's what this stream is all about. It's about helping people improve their accuracy. We had Jazz yesterday was saying, I think it was Jazz was saying that he, like, when he first started out, he was at 55% win rate, and now he's at 85% win rate, because he's really he stopped doing stupid things and just following the structure. So hopefully some of you guys are doing. I'm actually curious, how many people in the room? We're almost at 7, and in a couple of minutes, I'm gonna explain to you exactly the rules for the setup. But how many people in the room have improved their accuracy since we've started really, really focusing on the scalp setup? How many people have had a chance to, either objectively by measuring it, or just subjectively by just feeling that you've gotten a lot more accurate? I'm curious. Peter has. Coach. So let's put a little meat on this bone. I'm not holding you to the exact number, but let's say approximately, what was your win rate before you started scalping? What's your win rate has been with scalping with dots? Just give me some, before, after, just kind of like anecdotal data. I'm really, really curious how it's working on a personal, individual level for you guys. Put up some numbers in chat. I'd love to know it. Hey, Banesh, nice to have you. Wow, really? That's a big improvement. So would you say scalping, you're scalping at around 70, maybe between 70, 75%? Sandy says between 15, 20% increase for us is just still a learning phrase. Okay. But that's really a big improvement. I mean, that's, if you go from 50 to 70%, that's a huge improvement. Really? Oh my God! Wow. Solo's saying before he was at 30, now he's at 80. Wow. It's a huge difference, right? It's a huge difference just from like I said, psychological point of view. The very fact you say, I can do this. I have a confidence to win 8 out of 10. That means even if I'm losing, I have the next one. I have an 80% probability of winning, so I have confidence of doing it. I think it's very, very hard when you lose. Psychologically, I think I forgot all the tests, but the reason why most people just pretty much give up trading is because 3 losers in a row will tilt you. Like, most human beings cannot hold their composure after 3 failures in a row. And that's so common with low probability trades, right? Wow. Good for you, coach. Good for you. Nice to see. Like if you guys are in the, to me, if you guys are above 70, I've really done my job. But if you're in the 80s, that means you've done your job. You've really improved. I just kind of show you the way, but you guys are really starting to select much better. If you can be in the 80s, with reason, with the 1 to 2 risk control, even with the 1 to 3 risk control, you'll be net positive. But that's the key thing. That's an amazing accomplishment. I mean, I'm trying. Basically, my structure is to be 1 to 2, 75. And lately we've been better. We've been really much better. So that's really good. And it's amazing how that that just can't. It's small greens. If you're trading small size, we'll talk a little bit about my structure and everything else a little bit later in the session. Now is a good time. 7 o'clock. Everybody is in the show. Good morning, everybody. New people, come say hello to me. Reversey. So I've been saying all day long here, this is the last day we were offering this thing lifetime, right? So after today, it's always going to be subscription. So if you're interested in getting it lifetime, I'm giving you one last chance to get it, and you never have to pay for it again. But after that, you're going to be paying for it every single month for the rest of your life. So just letting people know, if you guys want to buy the indicator, I put the link up there. Literally today is going to be the last day. Okay. China is doing 60%, but that's a really good profit factor, man. My profit factor is about 125. So your profit factor is significantly better. So you're going for bigger trades. You're going for bigger P&Ls. What happened on tilt? What did you do on tilt that happened that day? Let me. You don't have to tell me the full details, but I'm just curious. Was it 2 or 3 consecutive losses in a row? Yeah, it does reverse. Yes. The lifetime purchase means that whatever updates we do to it, which we do a lot, you get access to all the updates. Yes. Montreal, bienvenue. It's good. Is it like 50 degrees Fahrenheit in Montreal? I'm just kidding. Yeah. Montreal is like let me see. Where do you live in Montreal? Half my former family was from Montreal. Great city, by the way. Really fun city. Montreal is like what New York City was in the 1970s. It's got that really, nice. It's got that kind of rumpled charm that New York City used to have. Oh, wait, Coach Fred, you're in Montreal too? Seriously? No way. Oh, wow. Good for you guys. Montreal is the cheap and easy way to go practice your French. I've never seen, by the way, most incredible, if you want to see people who are truly bilingual, you go to Montreal, you go into any store in Montreal, and a salesperson can literally carry on a conversation in fluent, perfect English and fluent, perfect Quebecois French, at the same time. That is an amazing task, to be able to just not carry conversation in one language, but in both languages at the same time without missing a beat. It's really wild. Great food. Montreal in the summertime is amazing. I love it. It's a great time to visit it. No signals, guys. We kind of came off London highs, got a little bit quiet. So this is actually a good time. Let me show you the two primary scalping setups that we have, and you can follow me by just simply going to BK Trader Tools Scalp, and you will be just register, and then you're going to get the download for the trades. So the triangle trade and the lightning bolt trade. I'm going to explain to you both trades that we do. We don't do lightning bolt trade in Europe because it requires an ATR of 16. You see this over here? Let me go this big my table. You need an ATR of 16, so it's not a trade that you can do in Europe because usually it's quiet. So all we do in Europe is just trade the triangles, which is a very, very lucrative trade anyways. So the triangle trade is very simple. It's signal, confirm, trade. But what's beautiful about it is the confirm can either be pro-signal or anti-signal, and the trade can be pro-signal or anti-signal. In other words, just because you have a green triangle doesn't mean you have a long setup. Just because you have a red triangle doesn't mean you have a short setup. It just means that you have a short signal that can resolve either positively or negatively. And that's the beauty of why we trade, because we're always trading with the flow. So the basic structure on the triangle trade is, this is a classic example here, is you get the signal. Actually, this is not a classic example. This is a classic example because this one this is for the nuance that gets a little bit more advanced. But in a classic example, red triangle closes at 163.75. The next candle closes at 160, so it's below. That confirms the downtrend. We get short 5 target because we're using the target we're going to use is half the ATR. Basically, we're trading with a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio and a 75% hit target. So far in London, with all of the trades that we did today, we're actually 6 out of 7. So that is a better target than, let me see. Yeah, 85%. We're at 85% target so far. We're going to trade for another hour in London till 8 o'clock for our friends at Take Profit Trader, and then we will switch over and trade the New York session. So that triangle trade, it's just a super clean, simple trade that gives you very high probability of success over the next 2 to 3 candles. Once you take the trade, it should resolve within 2 or 3 candles. Now, the exceptions, the nuances, all that stuff you'll see as time progresses. But one key nuance that I stay with, there's actually 2 of them that I think are important to be wary of. First of all, imagine you have this and you have the confirm candle is bigger than the ATR. This actually, that's a good way of thinking about this. ATR is 10. The confirm candle itself is 44 to 59. That's bigger than the volatility is already in the market. Don't take the trade. The reason why is because the whole profit that you were looking for, you're looking for half ATR, and this thing is already 1.5 ATR. So it ate your profit in the confirmation. The market got too bullish. Now you could have made money if you went full force here. You could have made money because there was more continuity. And if you have a lot of confidence, you can definitely take that trade. But the problem with taking the trade here is that your logical stop is going to be 2 or 3 ATRs against a half ATR risk. It's just the trade is good, but the risk is not worth it, unless you're really, really confident that the risk is just not there. If you're 90% confident the risk is not there, then take the trade. But that's a game day decision. That's audible that you make. How many people know what is the meaning of the word audible? Let's see how many European, better yet, who has no idea what the word audible means? Come on, give me a +1. I want to see how many Europeans are here. Everybody knows what the word audible means? Okay, then I'm not going to explain it. All right. If you're not going to play, I'm not going to explain it. But anyways, yeah, you have to make an audible at the point of contact. No, audible is not like listening. No. It's an American term, American football. The quarterback, who's the guy who's got the ball, when he comes, he comes to the line of scrimmage, and they have a set play. They basically, in American football, you always have a set play. Yeah, last minute change of plan. That's exactly that's a much. China has a much better definition than what I'm trying to do. It is the last minute change of plan, and so. Yeah. And so, when you have risk that is larger than ATR or confirm is larger than ATR, then you're going to try to audible your way out of that position. AU audible, AUDBILE. So China, what are you saying to me? You trade NQ in London post the ATR. Wait. NQ in London, post the ATR dropped below 90 and vol was less than 40 contracts per minute per candle. He kept getting turned around and got frustrated. Now, to those. So this is the interesting thing. So you don't like low volatility trades. See, I thrive. My little 5 points in a cloud of dust. My 5 point scalping. Low volatility is my friend. A 9 ATR is fine for me because I'm going to convert almost all my trades to positive trades at 9 ATR. But you don't like it because you can tell from your profit factor that you're reaching for bigger trades. So now you are looking for ATRs of 12 or better when the volatility expands because you're looking for bigger targets and you hit those targets. So it makes perfect sense, right? And that's the beauty of this indicator is that it can be completely customized to how you trade. You want to scalp like I do with very high consistency but small profits? Be my guest. You want to have much lower accuracy rate but much bigger profits? You can configure it completely differently. It's it's the beauty of this thing. What this thing does is show you turns. It show you the flips in the market when you have the highest probability of success of getting that pivot in the market for big moves. Like for example, if you were a big money trader, this is a long pivot that you could have taken here. What is this? 29 with a stop at basically like a 15-point stop. You could have gone for 30 points, right? This is actually 40 points of extension if you were that kind of a trader. It all depends on your structure and how you want to trade it. Jazz, good morning, man. We're talking about you. We were I was polling everybody in the room as to have you improved your accuracy and what so you like New York. So China, at that, what is your minimum target when you're in New York? Are you looking for 20-point target in NQ as kind of your first exit? If you like large volatility, I'm assuming you like bigger targets, right? So what are you targeting at that time? Jess, so we were talking about the fact that have people improved their hit rate by trading with me and scalping. Some people have really they went from 50% to 80%. Some people have literally doubled. And I was just wondering, because I remember you mentioned that yesterday that you really improved your hit rate, and just give us general numbers. 25, dude, man, no wonder you're a pig. You're a pig. That's why you like high volatility. Good for you. So when you hit them hard. You get some really nice big P&Ls. I hear you. So, anyways, the question was, what was your hit rate before? What's been your hit rate since you started trading dots in the structure that I show you? It's just general numbers, because we're curious. China goes for, see, China is trading for 25 points, which is 5 times the amount that I'm trading for. So he's just right now, this is not his jam. He doesn't like these low volatility markets because it's not enough juice on the plate, but or meat on the bone, whatever is the analogy. But like once New York comes in, ATR goes to 2030, he's going to hit some really big trades, and he's going to load up the truck on his P&L. So this, you can trade this very, very differently depending on your personality and stuff like that. Russia, I trade. We trade. I guess you call this Asia. No, we trade the London New York interchange. So 6 to 10 a.m. New York time every single day, Monday through Friday, and then I also trade Asia hours 7 to 8 Tuesday and Wednesday, right? Today, though, I think today is we're going to have a special event today. Both Google and Tesla earnings coming out at post market. We'll talk about this in New York session. And I think instead of doing Asia session trade, we're going to trade 3:30 to 4:30 special, special Google earnings announcement. We're going to see if we can try and trade some one and done trades, just big trades on the event. We're going to do like a little bit of event trading and get ourselves funded on one single trade. So that should be a lot of fun. So Jazz has we have a very high R&R. Like he's got a three-point risk, and he's like at around 40-45. Has the triangles helped you? So Jazz does something very different. So Jazz does a variant. We're gonna talk about the Jazz variant of how he trades. He trades the triangles. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to try to extrapolate your structure a little bit. Again, we haven't had a trade in like 30 minutes, so we might as well just show examples. Okay, so let me show you what Jazz does. But in order to understand what he does, is we go to a different configuration of my scalper. As you see, all I showed you in London was the triangle trade, right? But actually, within this indicator, there's a second signal called the lightning bolt trade, lightning bolt, that we don't trade in London because this lightning bolt trade, this lightning bolt signal, is only of interest for us when the ATR is 16 or higher, and London almost never has that kind of volatility, so there's no interest for us. However, what Jazz does, and I can totally see how his P&L can be huge, is what Jazz does is he combines both signals into one really interesting signal, which is lightning bolt. If lightning bolt is up, followed by a red triangle, in other words, big burst momentum up, lightning bolt is a momentum signal. Momentum up, reversal down, he takes that trade. He's going to be short here. So that's his signal. And like, this is 64 to basically it's 10-point target. And you can see that when he catches that pivot, when he catches that massive pivot, he's actually catching 30, 40 points. He can achieve 1 to 3 risk reward ratio at around 40, 45. Now, obviously his accuracy is going to be much lower than mine because this isn't going to fire off all the time. It's going to fire off occasionally, right? Even over here, for example, although Jazz today, you had 2 really great trades. You had lightning bolt up, triangle down. If you held your stop against this high, you managed to survive the stop, and you had another trade, 53 all the way down to 33. It was a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio here. So his trade, which is really functioning on a very, very specific pivot, and actually, Jazz, you make it says that and he says that when you're saying dots, you're basically talking about the triangle trades, right? You're basically talking about the triangle trades. And when you have those, you're trading higher. So it's kind of interesting. I was going to say that what we want to do, I may just simply create like a special view in the indicator that just shows jazz trades. So like the whole idea, the reason why I don't have all of them, this indicator can give you, it's like a Swiss Army knife of strategies. It can give you lots of different strategies. But if you have all of them on the chart, it becomes incredibly cluttered. So I keep literally, this is the reason why my templates are very clean, is because I'm just looking at one specific subset. Imagine there's 10 strategies in here. I only want that one strategy to show. But what I was going to say is we can customize the indicator to show just that setup, which is lightning bolt triangle, lightning bolt triangle, lightning bolt triangle reversal trade, and just simply look at that as a separate structure and a separate trade for us. Just keep the chart clean. Anyways, we got a buy signal right over here. We have a green triangle with expansion here. So long as this thing is not not huge amount of ATR, I'm going to be a buyer here. I'm going to be a buyer. Buy.
Order filled.
All right, I'm long here, and let's see if we can get the extension. So the trade here is very simple. The green triangle was 27. The confirm trade was 31. So obviously higher than the green triangle, but we may be running into, and my stop should be underneath the green triangle here. Let's see if this works. But we may have run into a reversal trade. What I don't like is if I'm getting a green triangle then followed up by a red triangle. If this doesn't go away, if this candle stays a red triangle, I will just simply go flat. I'll just get out of the trade here. I don't need to. I'm getting a contra signal here, and if I get a contra signal, I don't need to be in. I'm actually going to get out. I'm getting out. Get out flat. So I will often cut my losses way short and regroup and recalibrate the trade, depending on what the next signal is. In this particular case, the next signal is a red triangle short. Let's see what it wants to go. It closed at 23. If it closes 25 or higher, we're going to go back to being long. If it's at 21 or 20, we're going to be short. We're going to follow the direction of the next flow. Did I do a reasonable job kind of describing what you do, Jazz? I know it's not exact, but it's just a general idea of what you do. All right, so the red triangle, the close here is 23. We need to be 25 or higher, so we're gonna go back to buying. Am I in? Okay, I'm in. And let's see if this trade kind of resolves ourselves to the upside here. Oh, so my stop should be against this. No, sorry, I'm long. Jesus. Ugh. This is my stop. My stop is tight. I gotta. This is a much lower risk trade because this either takes the target or I get stopped out on a very, very tight trade. I forgot that I was long. Come on, we're almost there. We're almost there. Are you killing me? New York is starting to really chop me out here.
Stop filled.
I got chopped both ways. Okay, so we wait for the next hour. Basically, we had a great first hour. The second hour is just starting out with 0 and 2. We'll stay patient. We'll recalibrate. These were small, tiny little losses, so no biggie. But even high accuracy trades are gonna sometimes hit two losses in a row. You have to let the market do its thing. We did not have any continuity. This green triangle came up. This red triangle, I think, actually kind of faked me out. That was another problem. Is we closed a 23. This was actually a flat close. I shouldn't have been long. I was too. I really have to wait. I think my big problem is I try to anticipate the move. Technique wise, a couple of times I tried to buy 5-10 seconds before the close, and because these are such narrow ranges, they don't necessarily hold. At that time, it was up, and I was trying to get long, when in fact I should have just simply waited because this was a neutral to negative trade. Yeah, lightning bolt to this. It's a really good setup, and I'm actually gonna. I'm going to create a special, like a special selection in the indicator where it says just, we'll call it the jazz setup. I'll just say, jazz. And then all it will do is just simply show only the sequences where those things combine. And everything else, it won't show anything else, so that we can have a really clean chart on that. All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Nice to see everybody in the show. I was explaining to everybody that today is actually a big event risk day, not a macro event, but micro. We have Alphabet and Tesla reporting after the close. So we're going to trade the last hour of the day today as a special event day. We're not going to do Asia trade. We're going to trade 3 to 4:30 today. I'll put up the link after the show. So if you're interested, come trade, because we're going to try and see if we can get ourselves funded in one trade on the event. So markets just turn around. We couldn't, London high did not hold, and the move here was clearly to the downside. Clearly to the downside. Going to remediate this order block. London low is over here. See how far they want to push it. We didn't have any signal for about half an hour. We had a big down wave, no signal in half an hour, then kind of a very lame up signal. And I should have taken the short signal. I did not gauge this. This trade was genuinely an error on my part. Like, this was a genuine loss, but this was a genuine. By the way, that's another good thing to sort of understand. If you committed yourself to a long trade that confirmed, and the very next candle, you get a contrary triangle, probably you just reverse yourself, because what this is basically telling you is the buyers started buying and they broke the lows. Once they break the lows of the buyers, that's like breaking their kneecaps. That means the price action just completely could not hold the lows of the prior candle. It tells you there's a lot more selling than there's buying on the trade. All right, second green triangle. Trying to see if we can build support here, or whether this is another one. This is another good reversal trade for us. So we'll see how this trades out. Good morning, guys. We're getting ready for the New York Open. Nice to see everybody coming into the room. We had a good London first hour. We were 6 of 7 in the first hour, and the second hour has just been chop city. From 7 o'clock on, we haven't had any signals. Then I had a wrong signal, bad mistake on the signal. So basically, we're 0-2 in the 7 o'clock hour. Just having a crappy day, crappy hour so far. Okay, this green triangle is resolving negatively. I'm going to wait. This time, I'm really actually going to wait until the candle closes. The close on the candle is 102. So I don't want to be at 102 on the close. I want to be like 100 or lower. in order for me to want to take this trade. I got 20 seconds left. I'm going to watch the price action. If the price action climbs back up to 102, I don't want to be taking this short. All right, I'm short.
Order filled.
I'm short at 99. The market held below 102. Let's see if this is going to work for us or not. No, god damn it. Now I'm getting another green triangle. No, I'm going to get out of this trade. I'm going to just hold on to it just long enough. I'm going to put a very, very tight stop on this against this green triangle here. If it breaks the highs, I'm wrong again. The market is just very
Stop filled.
Market is very, very choppy this morning. And that happens. We will run, there'll be like an hour where we run into just bleed, paper cut trades. We're just bleeding out tiny little stops, like, 5-point stops, that kind of stuff. Let's see if this is a genuine hold. If they genuinely are holding the bottom here. Now this closes. This trade closed at where? 106. So now I'm trading against the 106. Now, if this resolves down, I'm going to short. I don't care. I'm going to short again because that means the buyers made 2 attempts to hold the breach, and they haven't been able to do it. So, trading 105, 106. 30 seconds left. Looks like they want to run it. All right, if I'm going to stay, if I'm 104 or lower, I'm going to be short. If I'm 106 or higher, I'll be long. Jesus
Order
Christ.
filled. Order filled.
Got myself out because it did not come all the way down. Again, I'm just going to take small paper cuts because it's just not resolving. It's actually looks positive to me. And if I was going to kind of
Order filled.
trade against this, I would trade against this bottom over here with an upside trade because this candle closed 104. This one closed 107. It looks like it wants to go a little bit higher. But it's very, very choppy price action. 7 o'clock, 7:30, New York seems to be sometimes, that kind of a chop zone for us, up and down. Anyways, right now, this is my kind of final stand. I'm standing against the segment lows here and seeing if it can resolve to the upside. But it gave a lot of choppy signals one way or the other. And it's a good, this is like a good example to try to figure out what's the best way to deal with this kind of a strategy where you have like the multiple triangles, multiple, fake signals. Where's the real trade? So it looks like it's starting to trade to the upside. So let's see if we can try to resolve this to the upside. There we go. Come on. All right, we'll take the upside resolve just to get ourselves back in sync. But you can see that this was a sort of a very very choppy area. And if I was to analyze this in retrospect, probably, well, here's the thing. So the most recent signal is the one you trade, right? That's really what I should have been thinking about. The most recent signal is the one you trade. The most recent signal came in at 106, gave a small 104. This was a super tough thing to trade, because on the rules, this did not confirm the upside, right? It kind of confirmed the downside. Then it came back up. I guess maybe the very fact that there was 2 consecutive green triangles, we should have given the benefit of the doubt to the long side, and just simply traded against the session low. I finally did do that. I finally said, hey, this looks like it's a buy. They're holding the lows. We're going to trade against these lows. But it was very hard to discern. In this particular case, you had just too much contrary indications one way or the other, which is why, you trade small, you took tiny little stops, and you hang in the session. But clearly, this whole hour has been much more challenging than this. This hour was just all profits, and this hour has just gotten into chop. And that's the thing about the thing about scalping. When the regime is not going your way, your whole job is to just stay alive until the markets really resume treasury. Today, it makes perfect sense that the markets are kind of all over the place because nothing is going on. Earnings are at the end of the day, and all of this intra candle chop is pretty. This reminds me of FOMC day when you have one step when trading FOMC beforehand. It's usually a very hard price action to gauge. It doesn't give any continuity one way or the other way. And that's always a hard time to do this. Hey, Morty, how are you? Nice to have you. Hi. All right, so we're gonna take a break in about 10 minutes. Get ourselves organized for the New York session. Change our partners, but you can see, I got from 7 o'clock onward. I only had one winning trade, just kind of a shitty kind of a little choppy thing, but very little P&L hit as a result of it. Whereas this one was all clean. Every single trade here, 6 out of 7 trades were all clean. So, we trade what the market gives us. Right now, the market wasn't giving us. But one thing that looks like happening is we're starting to get better directionality and better ATRs. So hopefully we're going to get more direct extensions. This was just a tough trade because it gave a false signal, and then a correct signal. Like it gave 2 false signals in a row. And actually, if you look at this, it gave 3 false signals in a row. 3 confirms that did not materialize. And I was fortunate. I was fortunate enough to reverse myself properly here, but there's nothing. I'm just trying to figure out: is there anything that we could have filtered out? I don't think so. The only solution here is to take as small a stop as possible and just keep going. Hey guys, the market is going to go up or down unless it stays the same. Is the best analysis you're going to get of any calls. Okay, it's the most honest analysis of any calls. So you guys are asking me, is the market going to go up or down or anything else? Who knows? The key big themes in the market is AI, as evidenced by SMCI, and we have Alphabet coming up today, and maybe even Tesla, against Iranian risk, in the Persian Gulf risk. So here we go. Finally, a little bit of a big move. The market's starting to sell off to the lows, London lows. Now they're really starting to accelerate to the downside. Let's see if there's any news. This might be a news trade. Yeah, it's really Brent pressing us. It's just Brent. Brent crude prices went up like $10 over the last 10 days in response to all the pressures. So we're within striking distance of 29,000. It's almost a given they're gonna try and run it, if not now, but a little bit later. And we'll see. All right, what we're gonna do? We're gonna take a break here. I'll play a little music. You guys watch the price action, and then we're gonna come back to New York and trade with our Apex accounts, and lock in and hopefully get a little bit more continuity in price action. This was a bumpy little ride over here that we just basically managed to survive with very, very tight stops. But now price action is expanding. ATRs are getting bigger. Maybe we're going to get some chances to hit some trades. So I'm going to take a couple of minute break, and then I'll come back to you guys. Good evening, good morning, guys. Good evening for everybody in Asia. We are opening up our New York trade, and I'm on my Wealth Charts accounts. Now, this is the eval accounts, so I'm a little bit more aggressive on those accounts. Kind of want to explain to you a little bit of what I'm trying to do here. So we have the red signal here. The natural stop is against these highs. The signal reversed back up, but did not break the highs. Then the next candle closed down and gave me sort of, the confidence to add to my position. In other words, the next candle confirmed the downside, and I added to my position holding against the natural stop with the same target. So I'm sort of added to a position on strength and still holding the position. It still hasn't resolved, but let's see now if it's finally going to hit our target here. We are, teasing it. What's the target on this? I don't even know. 57.75. So we'll see. The low was 59. So 2 points away from target. Let's see if this is going to hit our target. There we go. And now the trade finally resolves. So this is a more aggressive way of trading, but a good way, in my opinion, in the sense that it's much more intelligent against the stops. The stop was the high here. That was natural stop. Until it was broken, you really had no reason to get out of the trade. So as long as basically the trade here, let's just look at this trade on structural base. I get short here. It goes up against me. It comes back down, right? Confirms the short bias. I add. I'm holding the stop against here, and eventually resolve to the downside. So we start New York trade with a positive move, as opposed to like the last hour when it was very, very choppy. I did trade I came back to the desk and took this trade up. And I heard Jazz was saying, Jazz, you were saying that you took the trade from here. The Jazz trade, which is a really cool trade, not as high accuracy, but much bigger P&L aspect of it. What was the trade? This wasn't actually quite your setup. This was up lightning bolt, up triangle. It wasn't a down lightning bolt, right? But you said you took the trade here. What did you say in the comments? Yeah, so this wasn't quite a setup, right? I guess you didn't take it. You entered 29.049, like right here. But this wasn't. I mean, lightning. I guess did you not just ignore this lightning bolt the other way? You just took lightning bolt down and this signal. You freestyled. You basically sort of freestyled your rules. That's fine. But I'm just simply saying that in this case, the lightning bolt came up in the contra direction to what you usually, because your trade is lightning bolt down, triangle up, a lightning bolt up, triangle down. Like this would have been a good trade for you, by the way. Lightning bolt up, triangle down, which was a good turn trade here. If you took the turn trade against this move, it would have been a very, very good move here, right? Am I right on kind of analyzing it? $21.46. Yeah, you took this trade over here, this green triangle here. But what I'm saying is, look, you had the lightning bolt up, like it kind of contravened your signal. But if you just ignored this, you were trading off of this signal, that's fine. But a pure setup of yours was lightning bolt up, triangle down, short here against the highs, boom. Would have been a really, really good trade. So this is like, as we get into New York, volatility, picks up. These type of turn trades really become much more interesting for us, and we'll trade them on our Wealth Charts accounts here as we go along. So now I'm in New York. Now that I'm trading for our friends at Apex, which are always our prop firm to go to. We have a whole bunch of Apex accounts that we just purchased. So what we're going to do is we always rotate through our accounts. We make a trade, it works. We go back, we go to the next one. So we go to 62 account. The great thing about trading through wealth charts, which I'm going to try and do with you guys for the rest of the session today, because we have like a lot of wealth charts. We have like, I think 8, 9 accounts here that I'm going to rotate through. Is that everything is all in one simple single thing. And it makes it super easy to be able to kind of to trade. We have a little scalper over here. Everything is browser based, is what I mean. So it makes it super easy for us to trade here. Yeah. So it's okay. As Yogi Berra said, I'd rather be lucky than good. But it was kind of a bullshit signal. Like the up bolt was kind of bullshit signal. Anyways, we have a signal now. We have a green triangle up with just give me this thing. That's what I want. Let me do 80 over here, and then I'll adjust. This signal getting reversed. We got 48 seconds left on this. Let me make sure I have the parameter. Oh, where's the first of all, we got to set up our New York session. It's 12s. Where is the where's the countdown? Oh, here's countdown text. I wanted 45. Okay, apply. Good. It's short. Oh, I'm sleeping at the wheel here. So this is a red triangle on a reversal side, meaning that the candle did not confirm the move. It rejected the move. This candle closed 64, and the next confirm candle closed 56. So we're going to be short against the highs over here, the spike highs over here. See if we can resolve it over here in this trade. I want to set up the settings, others, no alerts, apply. Oh, we almost got resolved here, just barely. See if we can get on. Okay, we're going to flatten out here. It took that trade. Nice. Okay. So 2 and 2 in New York trade now. Looks good. Go to the next. Going to go to the next account. Again, the trade was green triangle gets reversed. We get short. More continuity on the trade. Let's go to 63. Next account. So 2 for 2 in New York. Ready for business. Ready for trade. My price column is not showing. Oh, you're right. Sorry. Hang on, I'm sorry. Okay, hang on. Give me just one sec. I have to that's this. Okay, now it's good. Now you should see the price column. Okay, you're good to go. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to New York Trade. Who's new in the room? Say hi to me, please. We're just starting out, finally starting to get a little bit of traction in New York. We had a rough 7 o'clock hour, but a much better 8 o'clock hour. All the New York trades are popping. London lows. Remember, I told you we're going to try and gun for the 29,000. We're definitely aiming for that trade. See which way this thing is going to fly to the downside here. Okay, cool. Very nice. Good morning, Alex. So you guys want to see the second component of our scalp signals? Actually, we have another signal coming up here. So let's trade this. Okay, we have a green triangle. ATR is still like 16, so we're basically ignoring all of the lightning bolt trades, and we're looking, we're looking for this thing to see if it's going to confirm. So this closed at 52, and if we're trading higher than 52 on the close of the candle, we will go long. And if we're trading lower, we're going to go short this trade. 15 seconds left. All right, we're clearly below the trade here. I'm going to try and see if I get. Okay, I've got short here. We're going to boom, and look how fast that was. Boom, boom. 3-0 in New York, hitting the trades. The stop would have been up against this. So very nice. Very nice. Back to, and this is what I was trying to tell you guys in London. Sometimes you're going to just, get into shitty ass noise signals. Those London 7 o'clock signals were noise. As long as we stayed very, very small in our sizes, which we did, we took our little paper cuts, and now we're just back in business. Now we're just hitting. And that's where we want to be, So, don't get, I guess my point is, if you get 2 or 3 losers in a row, don't get dismayed. It's just noise in the market. Overall, we had a great first hour. We were 6 out of 7 in the 6 o'clock hour. We were shittily, I think, 3 for 3 in the 7 o'clock hour, and now we're 3 for 0 in the 8 o'clock hour. So, all good. All good. We're trading for our friends at Apex with my charts platform. Market's picking up a little bit, perking up. Greens. Yes, hitting the greens. Well, charts platform has got a great little scalping. See, I'm using their scalper tool, which lets me basically put trades, buy, sells, join, ask, join, bid, with a bracket already preset for me. So it lets me really very quickly enter and exit trades on my chart. Great product. We really love it. Oh, I forgot, I got to rotate. And the other great thing is it lets me rotate accounts with just one click, right? I don't have to go through 2 sequences like I do with TradeAvate. So now we'll go to the 64 account. Okay. All right, a little bit, another green triangle over here, right over here. It's a little bit hard to see because, and I know this is something we're going to fix. We're going to move the labels to the left instead of to the right, so they don't block our view. But just play along. So here we have the green triangle building up again. The wherever it closes, the next triangle is going to be our confirm signal. We're obviously, we're trying to hold they're basically trying to hold the lows around the 29,000. And that's going to be very interesting to see if they're able to do this. This next sequence of candles could be an interesting tell as to whether the market finds a double bottom, basically finds a double bottom in front of 29,000, or they're going to try to run it and crash the round number figure. Okay, next sequence. So here we go. This thing closes 35s. Where we close next is we're going to take our signal. We have 50 seconds left on the clock. Why is this kind of annoyed here? I thought I have my. Oh, we're not showing count. So it wasn't clicked. I was like, why is it not clicked? Okay, so now I'm showing my countdown. Okay, and this is. So the close on this thing was 35, and now we're looking strong to the upside. So I guess we're gonna go long. We're gonna go long. It's resolving to the upside. We're gonna go long against this trade, with the stop right underneath these session lows, the segment lows, and we're targeting the 43 level. Let's see. So the green triangle closed at 35. The confirm triangle closed at 37. We took the long trade, and now we just try, targeting the next level up. There we go. And I'm going to fly, and we're done, and we're 4-0. See, I told you the next sequence was going to probably give you a hint as to whether they're going to hold the lows or break the lows. And we, the market told us, which way to go, and we kind of took it. Oh, by the way, that was a jazz trade. You're right. I didn't, I'm sorry. I'm not trading the jazz trade because I'm trading my own trades, but I will point it out, as a trade. That's actually a very, here's a really good point, completely separate from this is just a behavioral point. And, maybe it's just me. This applies to me, but I think it applies to many of you. Here's a point I want to make. Good job, Jenny. What kind of a person are you? Are you a person that is very sequential, that does one thing at a time, finishes a task, go on to the next one? Or are you a person that can just handle 5 separate projects at the same time and juggle them? The answer to that question is more important than any strategy you trade. And I'll tell you why. So, you guys know that Kay and I have very, very different personalities, right? There's actually, I certainly don't believe in any of this shit, but we are literally to the day on the opposite sides of the, what is that called? In astrology, what is the, I forgot what it's called. She's literally on the opposite side of the horoscope from me. So we could not be more opposite as personalities. And her personality is that she can literally do 5 things at the same time. She's talking, she's chatting, she's doing a million things. She can handle 6, 7 projects at the same time. I am the exact opposite. Zodiac, right? Zodiac. I'm the exact opposite of that. I am incredibly sequential. I need task 1 finished, task 2 finished, task 3 finished. And the reason I bring that up is Seneca is pointing out, hey, there was a jazz trade coming up, which is great. It's awesome. But if you're a person like me, your strength is doing one thing well, one thing at a time. And it doesn't even matter if the other thing is better than the thing that you're doing. You will do it worse. You'll do that thing worse and your thing worse if you do it 2 at the same time, right? And I think many of us fall into that trap. Oh, I got a new shiny trade here that I can trade that makes so much money. Oh, I got this new shiny trade that I really, really want to do. It's very tempting. We all love to do that. It's a trap that I fall into all the time. But the end result of that trap is that you lose in both counts. You lose on the new shiny trade because you're not fully engaged with that, and you lose on your own trade because you lose focus. So it's a lesson, I've learned very, very much a hard way, which is that the only way to trade is true to who you are, not what people tell you, not the setups they teach you, not the market, what you're supposed to do in the market. It's true to who you are. You want to use best practices, whatever you want to do, but those best practices have to be aligned with your personality. So this is like a long-winded way of saying, love the jazz trade. I'm never going to fucking do it because I want to focus on my own, right? That's it. That's just the bottom line. And if I want to do the jazz trade, we're going to spend the day just doing jazz, or maybe an hour just doing nothing but jazz trades. But in my room, the way I'm going to trade, it's going to be one thing only and nothing else, Does that make sense to everybody? What months are our birthdays? So I'm May 27, she's November 27. Mark, was that a like a backhanded compliment suggesting that I'm autistic? You're not wrong. I just think it's funny. Mark like writes one word, spectrum. That's his one single trenchant diagnosis of me. You're not wrong. I'm pretty much sure I am, but it's just funny. It's just funny that you wrote that. Good morning, Miguel. How are you, Toriador? Nice to have you. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So everybody vibing what I'm saying? Like, give me a +1 if you just agree with me. You don't have to agree with the way I'm trading, but just agree with the principle that you really got to know. Nothing will tell you more about who you are than trading. Not your partner, not your job, not your hobbies, not whatever the fuck you do. Nothing will expose your personality in its core essence more than trading. English, good morning. How are you? So yeah, we had a good jazzy jazz trade here for about a good 10 points, right? It was a little, I will say this. So the jazz trade here, and this is a key thing, I think, when you're kind of trading jazz trade from a tactical point of view, is you will get a jazz. I wonder if you would agree with me. You get these tiny little spillovers. So in other words, let's say you long here, your natural stop is going to be the low over here. What's the low over here? It's 26, and it probes that fucking low 25. Like I feel you need like a 2 or 3 point buffer to the low, 2 or 3 point buffer to the high, because they will hunt those stops. There's nothing easier for them than to grab those stops and then ramp it back up, right? That's just like a natural trick of the algo makers. So you almost have to, I think, create like that 3 point buffer where you avoid, it's like you avoid being tagged in tag football. You just step back a little bit further than you would think you need to, and then you avoid getting the tag, because that's literally what the trade is here. They just tagged your money and then took it away from you. And if you just stood back 2 or 3 points below the natural stop, you avoided that, and boom, it popped back up. Yeah, so he's saying buffer. He's agreeing with me on the buffer. Right? I think that's actually kind of like a good analogy, right? Again, I'm using all American analogies. Flag football. In American flag football, instead of tackling violently and getting hit on the ground, you just need to touch the person. And this kind of a stop sweep is kind of like the equivalent of a tag. Somebody tagged you, and if you just move away just a little bit more, couple of inches, and they miss the tag, you win the game. That's the bottom line. All right, another green triangle here, guys. Very, everything is just really buried behind labels. So my apologies, but we're going to just deconstruct the trade because Tokyo lows, London lows are all bunched up here. This isn't a permanent condition; it's just a condition on this candle. We're going to see how this candle closes, and the next candle after that is going to be our signal. So this candle closes at 26, and we'll see what the next resolution is. We have 36 seconds left. Hey, Ben, is Ben in the room? Ben, you in the room? Who's a Wealth Charts pro besides Ben? All right, where are we at? We got 14 seconds left. We're looking. We got to be really like 25 or lower, or 27 or higher. And if I am, how much time do I have? 4, 3. Oh, we're buying. We're buying. It's a long. And we're gonna get stopped on this one, I think. Yeah, we're gonna stay over here. Just gonna reverse on us. This fake trade. It's gonna pop and drop on us. Let's see if we can survive the stop. I don't think so. No. Okay. So 3 winners, 1 lose. No, 4 winners, 1 loser. So 4 and 1. Not horrible, but this was the first clip that we had. So we will legitimate. This was legitimate. This was a buy pop that totally reversed the other way. Now I'm going to go to the next account. What is that? 65. Let's go to the next account. Now, when you get that kind of reversal, just a really, really big reversal, I will generally go the other way. I'm going to go the other way here, sell ask, again with the stop here, on the assumption that I think there's going to be more continuity to the downside, that this thing is going to give us a little bit more continuity to this. I could be, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's a double wrong. But generally, when a legit scalp setup fails badly, usually there's more continuity the other way around. So again, natural stop against this high. And we're going to try and see if we can, in this account, take some of this back and get a little bit of a scalp back here. So, we are like, this is, they're kind of holding. The other thing is that we kind of ran it right into the 29,000 support. If they did, I may have, I may have made an error on this trade, which is okay. We'll come back to it. Because I sort of sold right into the 29,000 support, and they're either going to crack it or it's going to hold. The round number is going to hold. I probably rushed that trade. This was not the smartest trade in the world, but let's see. I think they may want to run it again. They may want to run it again. You know what? I'm going to flatten out because it take a small profit off this thing. Let's see if they want to crash. Yeah, they crash it here. Doesn't matter. It wasn't a great structure for me. So we took a small profit and then just get out of the whole thing. Let's go to the next account. Just trade the next setup, and then we'll go through the full rotation up and down. So I pulled back just too early. I would have had that resolve, but it was kind of dumb. I didn't realize that I was selling right into the round number, and they were either going to break the round number or not. All right, ATR picking up a little bit. What time is it? Oh, it's almost 8:30. Nice. Everybody who's in the show today, we're going to do a special 3 o'clock to 4:30 Alphabet Tesla earnings show. So we're going to try and do one and done trades and get ourselves funded on a couple of accounts and run those accounts. Green triangle. Let's see if we if they bounce back off the London lows. Here comes the trade. Pop on the green triangle. Now it's, do we confirm or deny it? Close is 9. And now we wait to see where the markets are. All right, 44 seconds left on the clock. Hey guys, tell me if you agree with this. I'm going to tell Rob Hoffman this. I kind of wish that this little applet, the only thing they would have would be last price. Like if I could see last price here, it would be so much easier than me looking up here. Anyways, we got to break the 9 on the close, and it looks like it's not. It looks like it's coming back down. So if this closes below 9, we're going to be short. If it goes above 9, we're going to be long on this move here. Looks like it's going to be a buy. Okay, we're going to follow this up. See if it extends. So it's a big move to the upside. Let's see if it extends here. And we're popping. So yeah, another trade. So we're, I think we're like, let me count this. I'll tell you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, yeah, 5 out of 6 so far. Not bad, not bad. Okay, rotating to the next account. 66. Let's see how it goes now. Now we're looking for the next trade here. 8:30, an hour to the open. See how we go. Oh, so this was, sorry guys, English was telling me this. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. He's right. This was a jazz trade right here. You had lightning bolt reversed, right? So if we'd gone over here, it would have been if you bought the 9s, you had a better entry than I had, like 4 or 5 candles. Basically, if you bought the 9s, you had easily a 10-point trade here. Like I said, I really want to trade the jazz trade exclusively, but we got to set aside an hour just to do that. I'm not, because I can't mix and match. Anybody take that trade, by the way? Jazz, did you take your own trade? Sandy took it. He took it. Good for you guys. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. Yeah, it's been it like last 3 or 4 iterations. It's just been money on the table. The thing that I like about this, guys. Ooh, what's going on here? 8:30. Did we have some news? What happened here? What did we pop on? There's no news today. Was there some headline? Iran's massive enemy data center in UAE destroyed in the third imposed war. Really? Jesus Christ. Oh, this is huge. This is huge. AMD. Maybe this was the news. Is this the news? That's why we popped. Okay, so AMD to invest $5 billion in Anthropic, part of the chip deal. AMD's got great chips. And I mean, this is Anthropic to buy up to gigabytes of latest gen chips. Wow. That's a huge, huge AI trade. Yeah. It's really awesome. This is what's driving, the positive pop, because it basically shows you AI infrastructure, AI investment continues. Again, I don't think anybody who's not in AI understands how big a deal this is. Like, this is more transformative than the Industrial Revolution. And in 10 years, you will have robots in your room that will be doing everything for you. I mean, actual physical robots. And people just don't understand how that's going to radically change life. And I think, everybody who thinks that, oh, this is just a fad, it's a big overinvestment, as usual, completely doesn't understand the incredibly transformative aspect of technology. So yeah, it's all good. That's what popped the market. So now we're positive pop. We're not doing Thursday classes anymore. As I explained, we're gonna roll coaching into AI Traders Club, which is going to start in August, probably like the second week of August. So we'll be doing all of that then. But yeah, we'll be discussing all of those things. Oh yeah, sure. Tim, let me drop the. Tim is asking for. Where's my thing? Here's the lifetime offer, guys. This is again. I'm going to beat a dead horse. Today is the last day to lock in the both the coaching, the lifetime, the whole offer. If you want it, go look over here on this web page and get it, because starting tomorrow you will always be paying subscription fees for any of these tools. And that's that's going to be nowhere near as advantageous for you. Okay, red triangle, which, by the way, this is a jazz trade. For those of you guys that want to trade this, I'm just noticing it. But for us, we're trading my scalp condition, so we're basically looking for the structure right now. You get ads selling AI operated curtain controls. Yeah, well, it's a little more intelligent than that at this point. Here we go. So this trade closes. This is interesting. So are we going to? Is this going to reverse? Oh, what happened to my? Yeah. So we have this is a complete right now rejection of the sell signal. But we have to wait for this thing to close. So this thing closes at 56, and we're now at 63. I mean, this, the AMD news really popped the market up, and it looks like it wants to go higher. So we're just going to wait for this thing to hold, and if it holds, we're going to go long on the trade. We have 4 seconds left, and where's the close? Okay, buy. I guess I was late. I'm so late. Shit. Bad execution. Fuck. I should have been here. That was such a bad execution. 59. I got in 63. 4 points above where I should have been. But that was a very, very sneaky little move to the downside. Sometimes that happens. The market's just in the very last second readjust the prices so much that you miss the opportunity. All right, let's see how this plays out. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on here as I did in the prior structure. This thing closes 16. What is it? Closes 59. Right? Where did this close? This closed 59 too, so no trade. If we're closing above 59, I'm going to add to the position. If we are not, then I'm just going to stay as is. Okay. No. I guess you could call it a confirm over confirm. If I'm not getting a confirm over confirm, I'm not trading it. Now I'm getting a counter confirm. I'm probably going to flatten out of this position if it doesn't resolve right now. Hey guys, sorry, my whole internet just went down. Oh man, I'm sorry, I lost my whole connection. Can you guys give me a sound check, vibe check to make sure that that you got it? Sound check, vibe check. Anything? 444. Okay, sorry, my internet just totally crashed out. So we got to I have to reset everything on the trade. So just give me a sec. We're gonna go to 67. Okay, we're back in business on here. Sorry, that was just a very weird trade here. My apologies. Okay, so we're back in business. Hopefully everybody rebuilding. Rebuilding the views here. Sorry. Okay, cool. All right, we're back in business. We got, it's 8:40. That short trade reversed to the upside, and then my whole idea was I wanted to be flat because the secondary signal gave me a contra signal, and then then the whole thing just got very choppy. So I didn't take anything here. We're going to just start this trade this one account here and see how it goes. Let me see how this is looking. Okay, cool. Okay. We'll go from there. Sorry, sometimes that happens. Rare, but sometimes that happens. Connectivity issue. I think it's because the weather's been really, really sucky, and I had electricity go out there yesterday. I generally I fucking hate the suburbs. I just want you to know. I hate anything where you have atomized problems. Like in the city, there's no such thing as a blackout because all the power cables are underneath. So it doesn't matter if there's a storm. But here, anytime you get a little bit of a rain, fucking your electricity goes out like a third world nation. So so I think maybe what happened was my internet also just went out right now because it's kind of getting a little cloudy. All right, we're back in business. This was frustrating because and maybe I think this is the lesson from this particular sequence was if you got bad execution. So the trade here was 59. It went all the way up to 67, but because I had such bad execution, I couldn't get the trade. I should have just simply flattened out and just gotten out. This resolved positively, but I was late to the trade. This one actually does not. This was the first legit failed signal. It was a short, confirm, and boom, total reversal on the trade. And by the way, when you get that kind of total reversal, we really, we like to go long, right? So I'm going to play my trade of let's go long on the, we get a reversal of a reversal. We want to, when we get stopped out on this trade here, it's worth for us to try to give us a shot to go long. So let's see if that works out here a little bit. See if I can hit this. Also, would have been better if what do we come out? Stop out here. Would have been better if I had a little bit of a better entry here on the move. Let's see. No, that's lifetime support. If you want lifetime support, Tim, the updates are included in the lifetime, but there's just support on if you have any specific issues or stuff like that, you can get lifetime support on that, Tim. Am I refreshing charts? Are my chart? Are you guys seeing my charts live? It looks like you're seeing my charts live. I think we're good. $8.45. What's the close on this? This closes 55. This is now at 60. Let's see if it holds. If it holds, I'll add to this position because maybe it's not going to hold. Let's see if it holds. Jesus. Ugh, ugly. All right, you know what? I'm just going to flatten out of this position. This isn't working. All right, let's wait for new triangle, new trade, clean ourselves up, go back to trade the funded accounts a little bit now, and give it a shot here. This sequence over here got a little choppy. This would have worked, this didn't, and you know the reversal was also just the mistakes were executed. There's only one legitimate bad signal. Everything else was just execution mistakes. All right, we are ATR now is getting into better levels for bigger trades. Tokyo low at 26, challenging that. No Z trade. We have we don't have a green triangle. Oh, as far as Z trade itself, no. The ATR is still very low. We only trading Z's when it's ATR 16 or higher. We're still just only doing triangle trades right now. So you know we had the bounce off the 29, which was a nice clean big bounce. Took some nice big trades, and this is by the way where the indicator really shines. It shines at these pivot points, right? You don't have to do every single trade, but at the key level trades, nothing is better. Nothing is better than picking tops or bottoms than dots at these strategic levels. So you can absolutely just trade it around these levels. Just make one or two trades, and be done with it, or you could trade it on a much more continuous basis, like this. No jazz trades, nothing else, just coming up here. Right now, I'm looking for the triangle trades, but we're basically unwinding. But you see what I'm saying? Like when we had the London low, look at the pivot trade over here, just perfect, and I'm just looking at where the London highs are, London lows are, everything else. And you're going to see the same idea in New York trades when it makes, bottoms or tops around New York highs. It will show the perfect, reversal trade at that point. What I mean by that is ultimately dots is really a reversal indicator, right? The green triangle is a reversal indicator. All of those things, the momentum down reversal up. Those are really good trades. Where it really shines is around key levels, right? London lows, New York session highs. It will always be the first and best indicator to show you the turns in each particular session. And that's where, you in other words, you don't have to just use it for scalping. You can use it for, like, Jazz used it for much larger trades, or maybe China. I don't know. Does China, is that how you use it? It sounds like you use it the same way, that he goes for really large, big wins when the volatility expands. So you absolutely can do this. Anyways, we got a green triangle. Let's see what the fortune brings to us now. Let's see what the next confirm trade comes in. All right. Close is 24. So we'll see if we hold the 24 or we don't. Yeah, Ben, we're talking about this earlier. You must have just joined. And also, we talked about this yesterday too. I'll explain in a second. 26, 27 seconds left. We have a confirm up, right? Confirm up so far. Let's see if this holds. I'm gonna trade this. Gonna wait till the candle closes for us to trade this. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're long against the candle low. And let's see if we can pull it up. All right, good, close enough. Because we had a huge extension here. I didn't want to face retrace risk. So, okay, we're back in business. Back to hitting trades. Let's go to the next account. 61. Where am I so far on this thing? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. How many accounts do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm 5 and 3. All right, I'm 5 and 3 so far. 5 wins, 3 losses. Not great, but that's because we got caught a little bit. We have 9 accounts that we're trading in well charts. So, and then we know then we'll rotate to Tradingview accounts too. So we'll just keep rotating accounts, keep it working. So the Jazz trade is a super defined, easy trade to make. In many ways, easier trade than my trade to make, because it requires zero ability to have to decide at the very last second whether it's a buy, sell, or hold. See, my sequence kind of forces you to think, oh, am I high? Then it's a buy. Am I low? It's a sell. Am I even? Is it a hold? Where's the definition? Here, it's a very super clean definition. You have a lightning bolt trade down, triangle up, that's the buy. Lightning bolt trade up, triangle down, that's a sell. It's basically, it's the combo of the two signals. And because the signal is definitive, all you do is wait for the candle close and you go long here. It's a much easier trade to execute. What I think we might do is, I have one more account to trade in well chart. So I rotated through all my 9 accounts. Those of you guys who are kind of trading with me for the first time, everything we do is all about not maximizing profit, but about minimizing risk. The whole idea is, if we're doing everything right, we will just make money naturally. Like every trade we do that is our setup is designed to be profitable. It's we're basically trading 1 to 2 risk reward with a 75% accuracy, and if we're doing things right, we can be at 85% accuracy. So they naturally hit profit. The thing that we're managing is risk. Trying to minimize as many losses and as much amplitude on the losses as possible. And we're doing it by a couple of different ways. Obviously, just by simply the setup structure. What do we take? When do we take it? How much of it do we take? So on and so forth. So first of all, we maximize by making sure we only take our setups. Second thing, we minimize risk by only doing small size. Depending on what your natural single trade size is, that's what you're trying to do. If we ever add to the position, it's only if the position goes our way. Like there was a couple of examples where I showed you earlier in the session where I had a trade with a target. It went forward towards my target. I added to the trade. If it goes against my target, against my entry, I never add to the trade. So those are the things that we do to kind of minimize risk. But the most important thing that we do is we don't copy trade. We rotate. Every single time you make a trade, it goes new account, new account, new account, new account. One of the reasons why I love trading wealth charts is because it's so easy to just you just drop down and you change accounts. So we had nine wealth charts accounts on this particular structure. 8 of them got traded. We have like one last one left, and then after that, we're going to rotate into our Tradingview accounts, where I think I have like 6 or 7 of them over there. And then once we're done with that, we rotate back into all of them. And by doing that, what happens is when you lose in an account, you leave it, and you don't come back to it for another maybe an hour or two. And 2 things will happen. 1, your mind will be much clearer. 2, the market may be much better. Oh, what's going on? Hello? Did we just bomb Iran again? What happened? Headline? No red headlines yet? Something must have happened. This was what? 40? Boy, look at that, 100-point drop. Interesting. Okay. Let's see if we get any last quick news. Right. China is, China, I should hire you as my PR agent, because China's explanations are so much more elegant than mine, as I'm just basically stumbling for words because I'm just focused on trading. But like China, let me show you what China said. He's right. He's absolutely right. I love this. I love his description of what I was trying to say. So my indicator adds confluence at the levels and tight stops. Very good. It's a very, very trenchant description of why I was saying there's no better indicator than dots at picking pivots, at picking turn trades against major levels. So we actually just broke London lows. We took out the 2,900 with a vengeance. I'm still trying to figure out if there's oh, here it is. Trump on Truth Social. Anytime Islamic Department shoots a ship in the Strait of Hormuz, U.S. will bomb one bridge or power plant. Oh, fuck it. Just bomb them all. Come on. Just put them out of their misery. Jesus Christ. Like, I'm so sick and tired of this shit. Just put them all out of their misery. Put them all fucking down like rabid dogs, and then we'll be done with it. Anyways, all right. That was the little spike down, I feel like we got about 10 to 12 days of things really escalating, and it's going to be interesting to see where the market is going to, I think, this kind of a lull in the market could really turn very, very quickly one way or the other. And it's all going to be contingent on whether we put them down or they start, bombing Saudi Arabian targets, UAE oil facilities. If they're able to put up a fight and we're not able to control them, that's going to be very negative. It's all now comes down to, is oil going to 110, or we're going to bring it back down to 80, and are these fuckers eventually going to, relinquish control and make Iran a great nation again or not? So, rubber hits the road. I guess rubber hits the road in the next couple of weeks. It certainly feels like that. So we'll see how it trades out. Volatility definitely spiking out. We're now at 18. Now we're starting to really pick up steam. Still going to trade the triangle trades only today. I'm not going to trade the Z trades because, again, I talked about the idea of just doing one setup at a time so that we don't get ourselves all riled up. But let's see what goes on. Yeah, thank you, China. I just read the red news. I mean, it was pretty obvious that was a Trump move. Okay, hey, here we go. Lightning bolt up. Market just sort of recovered. Interesting again. We know what I find interesting is that the market, is not really rattled by a lot of this stuff. Like, yes, there's definitely sell-offs and downward pressures, but you don't have this, a panic liquidation. For now, investors are basically seeing or thinking that ultimately this is going to resolve positively for the U.S. That's sort of like the implicit bet that you're seeing in the market right now. Whether it's right or wrong, we'll have to see. But for right now, that seems to be kind of like the implicit bet. Anyways, no triangles for us right now, so nothing to do. $9 a.m. exactly. I'm relieved that I got my my internet back. Everybody's back in business, so we're ready to rock and roll. So levels, big levels is 29,000, 29,300. That's yesterday's high, today's sort of session lows. That's the opening range from Asia to London that we're going to be looking at. In between that, we will see what the opportunities are. Another interesting trade, this also doesn't happen a lot, but the lightning bolt reversal and reversal. So you get one move, the next candle goes the other way. Usually the secondary candle is a interesting trade. Like, taking the long here would have been a very, very good candle. I don't see too many examples of this where we have a reversal and a reversal. Like right away, like this is a reversal, but this is like a second or third candle reversal. In this case, it sort of worked, but you really had to give yourself a huge amount of room. So, if you got short here, you had to stop over here. It did eventually work to the downside, but here's like a much more classic. This is a very classic reversal down, reversal up. You go up. See, reversal and a reversal is kind of kind of an interesting structure. Maybe here you could have done it too. There was a candle. Generally, you don't want the candle in between, but you want a reversal, and a reversal that generally gives you good structure. Let me see if I can show you a couple more examples. Here's a couple more. These are all thin markets, like very, very low volatility markets. But again, you had a candle in between, but you could have taken this. That was a 5.97. Yeah, like a 10-point, trade to the upside. So a reversal on a reversal is sort of an interesting trade, as long as you don't have too much. Here, really classic reversal on a reversal, right? Now we need a different name for this. So we have the jazz trade. What do we do with a reversal on a reversal, guys? What should we call it? Anybody have any brilliant ideas on what we want to do there? All right, I'm watching, waiting for the triangles. Oh, here we're getting a triangle. Great, we get a red triangle. See what this, where this setup takes us. I just got an email that asks me, are you ready to order Taco Bell with Venmo? And clearly the marketing does not know me, because I have never in my life eaten a Taco Bell, and I almost never use Venmo. But that's a very funny combo. All right, getting a short signal. We have to wait for the candle to close, but and maybe it's a reversal. We'll have to see. Again, that's the beauty of the thing, is we wait until it completes. The close is 41 on the red candle, so we will see where we stand once the clock drops to 0. So you know what I was going to say? What do you guys think about this? Like, the idea is that the scalper just needs the last price always flashing here, so you don't have to, your eye doesn't have to drift back up and forth. That way you can just keep your eye on the scalper the whole time if you want to do a buy or sell. All right, we're short. This gave us a short signal. We're going to be against the candle high here. See if we can survive this move. Actually, it's got to be against this right over here, the session high, the swing segment highs. See if we can get any continuity to the downside here. No. Is that right on this being short? 41. Oh, no. Damn it. Damn it. This is, I'm making another mistake. Sorry. We're going to reverse, flatten, and reverse. We're going the other way. The reason why is because this was flat. This was 41, 41. This one now is beating it completely to the upside. And I'm going to buy more here. And boom, boom, boom. See, I resolved myself there. At least I recovered my mistake. Sorry. So this is and this is clearly like a very, very a flaw in the structure that I have set up here. That I need a better way for us to gauge if the signal is there or not visually. Because if we're trying to gauge it numerically, I'm missing it. See, like, one of the great things about the jazz trade is that there's no way to miss it. It's visually objective. What happened here? To kind of show you. This is a little frustrating. So I'm glad I recovered it. But here's the thing. The close on this one is 41. I thought this was down, but this was actually 41. That means it's an even close. So there's no trade. It was no. Then the next candle clearly closes up above, so I get long, and I actually get long twice, and boom, boom, boom. That resolves to the to the upside. But basically, that's just a Taco Bell, hold the lettuce. Yeah. Schrodinger's reversal. But yeah, I mean, we need a better visual clue on these trades. I think I'm going to have to. This is, and by the way, this is where the upgrades come in. Yes, we're going to upgrade the indicator on TradingView on well charts. May take a little while, but I think what we're going to have to do is, if the candle, like we'll give it a band, maybe one or two points up or down. If it's within 1 or 2 points up or down, it will be gray. If it's if it beats the trade, it's going to be neon green, and if it beats the trade to the downside, it's going to be neon red. Regardless of whether it's up or above, I think we're going to just simply create the candle itself is going to give us a signal. This way, we don't have any doubt. Right, so I made like 2 or 3 entry errors because the last tick of the candle resolved against my initial conclusion. So we need to have a absolutely objective visual clue to this. Anyways, one trade setup: red candle. I'm going to try to do the best we can here. Oh, you just got the same Venmo Taco email? That's so funny. That's so funny. They're probably listening to us, Tony. They know that we're connected, Okay, the close on this one here is 55. And I'm going to really wait. I'm going to wait till the candle closes. The problem is that sometimes when you wait a little too long, the whole trade just resolves in the next second. So you really want that visual clue to give it to you. In this case, you can see the visual clue is pretty easy, but it reverses at the very last second, and boom, what should have been what was a short becomes a long. What was a long becomes a short. So you have to be really prepared. All right, this looks like it's coming down. 16 seconds looks pretty definitive. Let's not make sure that it doesn't jump up against us in the very last second. All right, I'm going to sell this. It's unlikely. So now we're going to legitimately short trade against. We're going to bring the stops over here at session highs and see if this works. $15 minutes to the open. Nope. I'm getting reversed on this trade. So we got stopped on this trade. We're going to wait till this thing closes, and we're going to go the other way, because a trade that stops us out on a legit trade usually is a good trade the other way. So if I'm wrong on this one, that's it. We're gonna walk away from this particular account a little bit beaten up today. But the general idea is that if this was a reversal over reversal, we got to take the other side of it. 64.75 is my target. I'm going to flatten out, take what I get back, recover some of this trade because it was taking a long time to kind of recover, but it did confirm that reversal eventually moves up. So good. I mean, this finally eventually did hit our target. Okay, let's we got 15 minutes for the open, but let's rotate to all the other accounts. Now we have the TradingView accounts. Let's rotate to them. Let me make sure that I'm in the right ones. Hang on a second. Am I in? Yeah, I'm in the TradingView accounts. Okay, cool. Okay, wait. So I'm at 71. Okay, yep. So now we go back to TradingView. We're going to rotate through those. So I wish I had like really impressive numbers, but they're kind of flat. We're basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 wins, 4 losses today in the on the wealth charts, but that's just on the first round. That's just the first round. So by the end of the day, maybe I'll have every one of them green, which a lot of times I really do. But this is a good example of no single account is down more than $40, right? Like the maximum loss is $40, and that's the difference between staying alive and thriving and just killing all your accounts with a series of bad trades to one account will kill the account in about an hour. A series of bad trades over a month will never kill your account. It's kind of like just a basic idea. That's how prop firms always get you, because you are just banging away at bad trades on one account, and it's super easy. Like virtually, I'm actually curious. If you were to think back every time you tilted, would you say, let's make it a actually, you know what? I'm going to do it on YouTube. Let's do a YouTube poll. We haven't done a poll in ages, but this is a really good poll question. Hang on, I'm going to do the YouTube poll with you guys here. Just one sec. Start a poll. Okay. Every time I tilt, it's going to be less than 1 hour to lose account. I'm serious. It's a binary question. More than 1 hour to lose account. Okay. All right. In the poll, go ahead. Vote in the poll, guys. I'm really, really curious. Does everybody see the poll? Did I put the poll up? Yeah, here it is. Okay, I'm watching the account. Every time I tilt, is it less than an hour or more than an hour? Because this is, I think, the most interesting aspect of how I've managed to survive and keep all these accounts alive versus before. It's just by rotating accounts. Wait, Ali, what are you asking me about? How do you get sell buy on left side? Left side of what? Are you talking about how to do buy sells on TradingView? How to set that up, or how to? I'm trading through Tradingview on these accounts. I don't ever place trades on TradingView because they're just too slow. On well charts. Oh, how do you get that little? Are you asking me how do you get that little thing? It's the Z shape. It's actually our thing. It's a fast action tool. Just click it over here, and it automatically sets up quantity. By the way, guys, tell me if I'm right or wrong on this. Wouldn't it be better if we had the last price right over here flashing so you could keep an eye on it and just go buy sell because you know where you're at? Like that would be really useful, right? Okay. Oh, you know what I need to do now that we are sort of we're going to go to full. Templates. Oh, we're gonna watch the Z shapes and the triangles. Okay, so here we go. ATR, by the way, compressed. We went from 18 ATR to now. So the Trump tweet got completely rewound. 29,000 held. So this is where we stand in front of the standing motion. Are you talking about, again, guys, when you ask me questions, type in well charts. Do you mean on well charts? How do you make sure that you get the control of stops and targets is from here, from the brackets, right over here. In well charts, you can control your take profit stops right then and there. And you can do multiples. You can do all sorts of other stuff. So that's how you do it. So it's always built in. This brackets controls this little thing. Is that what you were asking me, Peter? Oh, how do you do a selection of this? Oh, the selection, it's a little bit more awkward. You have to go into brackets. You have to go into multi. You have to find the strategy name, and then you kind of pick and choose. It doesn't have like a drop-down list, which is why I just keep it on simple. It just has these trailing stop, break-even stops, but it doesn't have a drop-down list for multiple strategies. So it's a little bit more annoying. Kathy says, all eyes on Trump at 3 p.m. Why 3 p.m.? What's he doing at 3 p.m.? Oh, it's Trump speaks in Georgia at 3 p.m. Markets is bracing for strong language on two fronts, tariffs and Iran. Okay. Okay, Peter, type out exactly what you have in mind, and we can try to figure it out. Let me explain to you what I do. What I do is with well charts, and this works for me perfectly fine. I have a fixed target, which is essentially ATR target that I want, right? I have that, and then I have a much wider than normal stop. That stop doesn't stay in place. It's just kind of an emergency stop. It's just basically to create the bracket. And then once I'm in the trade, I then adjust the stop. Sometimes the stop is almost equal to ATR because it's organic to the chart. I'm trading off the highs and the lows. So with my kind of entry into this thing is I know what I want as my target. I have an emergency stop, and then I adjust it very often to 1/4 its emergency value to come into the trade, and that just works fine for me. I don't have to do like a whole series of drop down choices by doing that. All right, 5 minutes to the open, guys. Let's see where we trade. I'm gonna try and hang with you guys till like maybe 10:30 today, and then after that we'll do. I mean, Trump is coming in at 3, and you have Google and Tesla earnings, so this could be a lot of vol on the close of the market. So we're going to do a special edition today. No Asia trade. We're just going to do market close at 3 p.m. and trade that today and have fun. Four minutes to the open. Red triangle, maybe a setup. It's right in front of the news, but maybe we'll play. Let's see. We'll trade it. I'll take it in one of my 73 accounts. Okay. All right, let's see if this candle confirms or denies the price action here. Ten seconds left. We're going to be buyers here.
Order filled.
All right, we're in trade. See if we can get this down. The stop is going to be right underneath here. See if we can get the move. There we go. And there we go. Just before the market opened, we resolved that trade. Nice. And now we're going to go to the next account and get ready for market open. Actually, you know, we're going to stay in this account because market open is going to be pretty volatile. So we're going to just stay in this account. This is the one volatility account. There's a strange buzz on the mic. Does anybody hear a buzz on the mic? It's. I don't think it's. I think it's maybe you catch the guys who are doing the lawn outside, which is like my neighbors are doing some lawn. I don't hear any. Does anybody hear any kind of buzz? No. Astrologer, good morning, man. Laura, you hearing a buzz? Some people are hearing it, some people are not. Really? All right, you know what? Let me see if I can change mics. Hold on. Hold on. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Are you hearing it? No buzz. Testing 1 2 3. Is this a better mic? Tammy, everybody who said yes. I only want to hear from people who said yes. Is this better? Are you hearing the buzz? There's no electronic interference. I switched mics to my camera mic. Everybody says better. Okay. Somebody says terrible. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Better. Okay. So we'll stay with that. Okay. Fine. I don't know what's going on over here. Blame it on the suburbs, man. It's always Jersey's fault. Okay, New York high. We're back in business. New York open. We kind of popped. Let's look for triangle trades here. ATR still 14, relatively tepid. Let's see what we want to do. Everybody says it's just fine. Better, but feedback now. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I just fucking trade. I don't deal with audio visual shit. You don't really need to hear me. You know the setups. You know the views. For everybody who's having issues, just close your YouTube and then come back to me. And then tell me if you're having issues. Because clearly it's unique to a few people, not to everybody. So it's not a universal problem. All right, starting to pop. We're printing lightning bolt trades. On the way to London high. Very likely going to take it out, right? 29.7. Very likely going to try and go for 29,200. That's the move. So if you're trading pure momentum, there's the trades right there. It's not our trades, but the trades are right there. London high is 73. New York high is 62. We're all bunching up around there. VWAP is 59. English's favorite thing. Now we're getting the red triangle. Now comes the trade possibilities. ATR is 17. So we really want to go to, okay. Okay, triangle closes 52.75, so basically 53s. So if we're above that, we're buyers. We're below that, we're clearly below that now, but we have to wait for the candle to close. That's a long time away. It's a long, long time away. Let's see if it holds. $25 seconds to the candle close. $53 is our mark. We got 5 seconds. All right, I'm going to sell this.
Order filled.
I'm going to sell it to the downside. Let's see if we can get the move. There we go. We're going to get that move.
Order filled.
Nice. All right, we got that move to the downside. Very clean, very fast. We took what we could get. Look, and there's much more downside over there. Good job. Okay. How's the sound now, guys? Buzz is gone. Laura says buzz is gone. Anybody still having issues with the sound? No? Okay. I'll restart and rewire everything for the close. Remember, we're going to try and special edition Trump war speech and earnings 3 o'clock today. We're gonna trade that. All right, let's rotate accounts. Going for the London high, New York high. Astrologer loading up the ship, right? Running this trade. So this is like if you're sort of trading the reversal trade here, it's kind of interesting. I would definitely go long here on a nice clip with a stop right underneath here. It's just not my trade, but like it really feels like the longs want to take out the highs here. If I'm wrong, that means that the highs get completely rejected. I could be wrong. I'm glad I didn't take this trade then, because it looked like the close here was 52. This thing closed 60, and now it just totally reversed. So I guess the shorts held. The run to the highs failed. Basically, this is a legit trade that just simply failed. If you were running this trade. Oh, hey, Jazz. I know. I'm just not focusing on it. But if you're, the Jazz trade set up here too, right? Up, lightning bolt up, triangle down, short against the highs. That would have worked really, really nicely too. Either, his trade and my trade both worked, but his trade was just easier to do. Yeah, I know. I was just saying, I think today is going to be like a torturous. I would trade small today, astrologer, because it feels like they are just, one step forward, 2 steps backwards, just ripping up and down. They just tease you the continuity, and then they take it away, and then the next run they tease you back. Again, we're challenging the highs. Twice they rejected them. When this bursts up, this is definitely going to 29,200, but we need to break those highs. Oh, you know what? Let's do it. I'm going to have a fun time with this. Let's buy this. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's see if I'm right on this. This is the lightning bolt up, lightning bolt down, the reversal of a reversal, right? Let's see if I'm right. Remember I told you the reversal was a good trade. Maybe New York is going to be the one trade that's going to prove me wrong, but it's a decent setup. The lightning bolt down, lightning bolt up, right? Reversal should be a decent trade. Let's see if this proves me right or wrong. The stop is obviously underneath the lows here. Let's see if he can take me out. It was there. All right, you know what?
Order filled.
I took it out. Nice. So that worked, that worked for a little bit. So the reversal, absolutely. Sorry. Oh. Proves its worth again. However, the reason why I'm okay trading it is because it's rare. It doesn't happen a lot. So if you're trading reversal occasionally along with a triangle trade, I think it's okay. At least for me, it's okay. It's not a big takeaway of my focus. But this is like the third or the fourth time where you get that trade working for you. I think, as a matter of fact, we're back all the way down to 3 o'clock this morning forward. Only 1 out of 6 times that this thing appeared did the trade fail. So it's a very lightning setup, right? You guys want to see what the idea is? Lightning bolt down, lightning bolt up. When you have one candle when lightning bolt reverses itself within one candle, at very, very most 2 candles. So there's a pause candle between. The direction of the final lightning bolt is the true direction. That's the one you took. So we took it a little bit. We got a little better price underneath here and took it up, up and down, and resolved it. And now it really starts to run. And it's basically this is the London high, New York high run trade, right? Thank you, Ben. There isn't a session where I'm not going to sneeze, right? Because it's always always summer, always allergies for me. But yeah, no, it's fine. So everybody get that? Everybody gets the 2 very, very simple setups are in many ways most powerful. Simple, I mean, by simple, I mean they're visually very, very clear. Like there's just such easy visualization of these setups. And they're very cool. So anything that we can do to make it easy to scalp the winners is awesome. Oh, I got to rotate accounts. This reminds me, I got to go to 75 now. Okay, so the one thing, don't let me forget. It's like being on a diet. You got to rotate accounts. Okay, so I'm rotating to 75. Got a couple of more minutes to hang out with you. Oh, let's see how the poll numbers are. Oh, look at this. I was totally right. Look at the poll, guys. I'm gonna end the poll. 2/3 of your tilts happen in less than 1 hour, and if you rotate accounts like I do, if you don't copy trade, you rotate. Never happens to you, and none of it never happened to me. It's happened to me a million times, but has not happened to me since I started rotating accounts. So if you take away nothing from today's live, that's a trick, tip, whatever the fuck it is. It's a really interesting idea, It's pretty cool, right? Everybody vibing me on that? Can I have some +1s? Did you agree or disagree? I'm actually curious. Anybody rotate accounts like I do, or you just pound one until you win or lose? All right, what do we call the reversal? Should we call it a double lightning bolt? Oh, lightning strikes twice. You know how they say lightning doesn't strike twice? We call this lightning strikes twice. I like that one. What do you think about that name? Hound dog. Yeah, London High. Astrology came back, right? These fuckers finally gave you the profit. Yeah, this was a false move, true move. We traded the true move, thank God. Yeah, lightning strikes twice. That's what we're gonna call it, right? Is that stupid? Is it too long? Come on, give me a good name, guys. We need something that we catchy that we can remember. Astrology, good job. Good job. See, people, BK, where people rotate their risk. Good job. That's nice to hear. Nice to hear that you guys are benefiting from that. Come on, I still need ideas. Lightning strikes twice. Lightning doesn't strike. It doesn't sound really awkward. Oh yeah, no, we want to call it lightning strikes twice. That's the whole idea because it's double lightning. All right. I guess it's going to be a job for Claude. Manny, nice to have you. Who's new in the room right now? Who's just joined us? We're finally starting to get a little bit of juice on the market. Finally starting to get a little bit of trades. We got a red triangle setting up. We're going to wait and see how well this trades. New York session highs expanded. I don't think we're going to take out tomorrow. Yesterday's highs at 300, unless Trump says, something very positive on the presser. He's going to be in Georgia today, right? Kathy says 3:00. So we'll be going to be live 3:00 with you guys today. Here comes the red trade. Now we're waiting for the confirm. Now I want to see which way that this candle closes 75, right? 75. Let me make sure it's correct. Yeah, 75. So we're going to wait and see where we close on this particular trade here. Are we up or down off this thing? 30 seconds left on the clock. Now starting to tick lower. New York getting reversed. 20 seconds left on the clock. It's now a big trade. 75. 10 seconds left. I'm going to watch this very carefully because if this comes back up, I got to be a buyer. All right, I'm buying. This was a very, very tough, weird trade. Let's see if this gives me a buy. Come on. There we go. Look at that. Resolved in a final moment to the buy side. I really had to zone in on this because this was 75 was the break even. It went to 77. We popped it up. Nice. Makes it twice. Okay, we're at 75. Next account is 76. We'll rotate to 76. Okay. Beautiful. That was a fast market that we're able to rotate up. But that was very, what was the close here? This was 75. Here was 76, just barely to the upside. Oh, yeah, that was a jazz trade too. Sorry, guys. Again, I'm missing the jazz trade. So lightning up, triangle down, that already hit the target. Yeah, it was really good. Jazz trade has been just money. But so has lightning strikes twice trade. It's just much rarer, but but when it shows up, it really, really hits. I'm actually gonna, excuse me. I'm gonna see if I could test it quickly while we're off air. Come back, tell you what the results are on that one. I think it's only like five trades a day on that kind of structure. All right, you know what, guys? I know I said, oh well, we get one more trade. Okay, one more trade, and then I'm going to go because if we're going to set up a 3 o'clock thing, I want to first of all I want to make sure the computer is working, that you guys not having any issues with Lightning Plus. Yeah, you're right. I mean, all of these. That's the reason I don't like it. It's too long. All right. Green triangle. See what it closes at. Closes 83. If we're above 83, we're going to go long. Ooh, big pop. Big pop. Wow. Nice pop. By the way, another good example of the jazz trade, lightning down, triangle up. If you went long here, that would have been a super quick resolve for you. I'm just chilling, waiting to see from my confirm. Yeah, Genick is loving the jazz trade. Bolt, double bolt, something about bolt. I like that. Neil, bolt is short, right? Bolt plus plus. What do we have? 17 seconds left. I'm waiting. 2, 1, buy.
Order filled.
I'm in. Oh, it was pretty good up there. Let's see if we can get the move. All right, I'm going to take this as my last trade. Nice. I took the last trade out. So actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, trade of 8, all 4 for 4 in trade of 8. We were 5 for 4 in well charts, not that great. We were 6 and 1 in. So here's how we traded today, which was a very mixed day. I'll be the first one to say it. So 7 o'clock, 6 out of 7 winners. 8 o'clock was like literally 2 and 2. It was just a horrible day. 9 o'clock, 6 to 7 was 6 out of 7. 7 to 8 was 4 and 4. 8 to 9 was 5 and 4. Very mixed. And then 9 to 10 was 4 and 0. So overall, we're still not, still I think close to 75. Let me add all that up. 4, 9, 4, 11, 6, 11, 7, and then 6, 17, 7. So that's probably a shitty day. 17 plus 7, 24. 17 divided by 24. 70%. Yeah, really, 70.8%. A far cry from 95.8% that we did yesterday. Pretty shitty day. Still net positive, and definitely net positive across most of the accounts. Right now, I only have now out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the other one is 9. So that's 16 accounts. Out of the 16 accounts, 4 are negative. So that's not horrible. It's not horrible. But but yeah, I mean, today was not a pretty day, and that happens, so that's fine. I mean, you can't have every day be a 90% day, but it still was a 70% day, so it's not it's not like it was just a complete disaster, but definitely a shitty day. A lot of it was execution issues, which I'm going to try to fix by giving myself better visual clues, and a lot of it was just bad price action. It's a combination of both. But regardless, as the day, as the 9 o'clock hour, we did really well. So it's not how you play, it's how you close, right? It's always how you end, and we're ending on a winner, so that's good. Hope everybody had a good day. Let's come back. We're going to see 3 o'clock. Let's trade today. It should be a lot of fun. I'm going to try and set everything up for you guys. And audio is okay. So far, everybody's having no issues with audio. Let me know. And I will, I'm going to set everything up. Okay. All right, guys. Have a great day. I'll see everybody a little bit later. Take care. Bye-bye.